All right, boys and girls. So I saw something kind of interesting that came across my feed, and Willie Mac Show released Content Cop Destiny. Willie Mac Show has done a pretty good job of categorizing what has happened with Destiny and the whole sex pestiny situation. I think it's so funny that, like, again, I've highlighted this in the other situations with other creators such as Hasan and Vosh and now Destiny. Oh, they're just they're always getting their funny up in ways that are just not cash money, baby. Not cash money. We got Hasan going to other countries and paying for some boom boom. We got Vosh with an entire folder of just short stack goblins and horses having what should only be described as the most disgusting thing imaginable. And now we got Destiny who's just like, his whole house is just cameras. It looks like Chuck Berry's restaurant's bathrooms. So, I mean, obviously I'm being hyperbolic with all of this, you guys. Calm down. But yeah, this is pretty wild what we've gotten in the world we've been. But the fact that Willie Mac called this a content cop, it better be. I want it to be better than old. It needs to stand up. If you're gonna take what old iDubbbz was, it better be up to the quality. It better be funny. We better be getting some great clapbacks here. Otherwise, you're just jumping on it for clout.
Since my last Destiny video, a lot has changed. We have a court document.
Okay, he already failed. Okay, so here's the thing. I like Willie Mac, but if you're gonna call it a content cop, you need a good skit at the beginning, bro. Come on. Give me a good-ass skit, dude. Otherwise, he's obviously capitalizing on the whole content cop situation, which is smart, don't get me wrong. I have capitalized on it like the most immaculate goblin mode monster possible. But if you're gonna call your shit a content cop, I want to see some good skits, bro. I want to see something that really makes me laugh.
From Pixie's legal team, alleging that he was deleting evidence, specifically messages with multiple women, who have claimed that he shared sex videos with them without the participants' consent. So he wasn't just sharing videos with Rose, he was sending it to other women who then told Pixie. I had a conversation with Anna, who claims Destiny sent her videos of girls that she'd never seen before.
So, I've been sent videos. I have no way of knowing if they were consensually, like, recorded or sent.
In my last video, I made clear that if Destiny wanted to be taken seriously again, he'd have to own up to what he did. He's always preaching about accountability, but now when it's his time to finally own up, he doesn't.
Yeah, but I mean, this is Destiny we're talking about, and this is where a lot of these commentary guys, I'm gonna throw some flack at the commentary community, because they have been giving Destiny a pass for a very long time. Now, I know that I'm not really in the commentary community yet, because I'm still very small on the channel, or on YouTube, by the way. I do video game reviews, and I do commentary. Give me a big like, give me a subscribe, so I can get to a gajillion billion followers, and they can bow down to King Jiffy Codes, the real king of YouTube. They can see my giant man titties for what they are, beautiful giant man titties with elongated nipples. But what's funny is Destiny is just as bad faith as everybody he calls bad faith. He is as bad as all of these political brain rot douchebags on the internet. He always has been. He always will. And any time that there's anything that could that he needs to tout for his side, he fucking touts for his side like a good little fucking soldier, right? I mean, just like when the assassination attempt happened and that firefighter died, he brings it. He fucking like signal boosts it. Talks about how he deserved it just for being there and shit. Like, it's disgusting. Like, there is never a time where you're gonna I'm gonna look at Destiny, and he used to like attack people for making like whataboutisms. Now when he gets that shit called on him, he's like, well, what about Nancy Pelosi's husband? And then when you try to talk back about it and say like, yeah, I didn't like that either, he'll just fast talk his way out of it. That has been Destiny's MO, and that's Vosh's MO for fucking everything, is let me fast talk my way out of everything while being an absolute douchebag. And he's consistently doing this. It's not an isolated incident with the firefighter thing. Just fucking wake up, check Twitter, and Destiny will say something fucking unhinged. And it's always so funny to me that Destiny thinks before this whole scandal broke out, he was like, yeah, dude, if the Democrats would just listen to me and put me on whoever their leading person is, I could help them win the election. Bro, I was like, bro, I wouldn't want you fucking 400 miles near my campaign, bro. You were such a fucking liability. It's like attaching your campaign to Steven fucking Crowder. Now, I think Destiny has said some things that have some value. I think Steven Crowder has said some things that have some value, but I think they're both in the kind of the same realm. Like, a lot of people like to miscategorize Destiny and say he's like way out there with like Hasan. No, Hasan's an extremist, right? Destiny is far left. It's like when you look at Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a right-wing extremist. Steven Crowder is far right. I think is a better characteristic. So I think you look at Destiny and you look at Steven Crowder, and I see like kind of a mirror image of the two. And plus, they were both fucking shitty husbands, so they got that going for them.
Then he tells me he's going to drop the manifesto to end all manifestos. I was not very confident as the evidence against him was already damning. He literally admitted fault. Aaron tells Destiny, you distributed it non-consensually. And Destiny replies, yeah, I know. I have damaged her severely. He tells Pixie, I'm so sorry, there's literally zero excuse. But he tries to recontextualize this in our interview.
When I sent that message to Pixie, and I was like, I feel fucking horrible. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I've psychologically damaged you. Like, this is horrible, whatever. I do feel horrible. It has nothing to do with whether or not I consented to the video. I just feel horrible that something that I was involved in ended up leaking publicly. Like, even if she would have said, like, even if that wouldn't have been sent to anybody, if somebody would have, like, hacked my Google Drive, I would have said the exact same thing.
So was his manifesto good? Well, it seems to have persuaded much of his own community, with many of the top comments praising him. However, when
all Destiny had to have said to get his fucking zealot community to be back on his side is, I feel bad, I'm sorry. And then his community's, okay, well, we're good, dude, we're good. Back to sucking your dicks, Destiny. That's how all these fucking guys are. That's what, like, I make a video on fucking Matt Walsh. The Matt Walsh fucking guys show up and they get mad at me. I make the Destiny video, they fucking spurg out on me, bro. It's funny how these people, when it comes to these political fucking talking heads, people will sit down and fucking wait for the shaft, the base of the shaft to hit their fucking lips so that they can keep sucking as hard as they fucking can.
Get down to the meat of the argument he's making, it doesn't change anything. I confront him about doxing, pedo allegations, as well as converse with people from his past. This is the Destiny manifesto. Where there's DMs about you saying like, hey, I wish this person, has this person been doxed yet?
Yeah, for Anna, that's bullshit. For Jessica and Queeman, I'd kill him if I could. I'd choke the fucking house into it. Bro, I swear to God, if I quit streaming, I'm gonna fucking go on an assassination mission, okay? These people are gonna start disappearing one at a time, okay?
That's why this video is sponsored by Aura. And a topic—
Jesus, we're gonna skip the ad, but like, I know he's joking. It's a little wild, though. That's a little wild.
For people's personal information is being maliciously shared and posted on. Why do it online? Plus, they give you up to $5 million of identity. If you didn't non-consensually share these girls' images, there would be nothing for the hacker to leak. I feel like he knows this. He's just trying to mitigate accountability in front of his audience. In Destiny's video, he does provide some background.
Well, I mean, he does this with any bad take he has. He tries to mitigate accountability to everybody but himself. That's what all these guys do. They say outlandish shit, and then when they're called out, and this is the thing, this is the difference between like somebody like me or like Nicholas Diorio or any of like these fucking like I wouldn't consider like Nicholas Diorio like a comedian, but like I'm like I was a comedian, now I do commentary, right? I'm a fucking chuckle laugh boy. I'm not here because I'm fucking politically savvy. I'm trying to win people over for sides. I'm trying to fight for whatever my fucking current cause is. These fuckers are, so their arguments are supposed to hold water. They're supposed to hold a stronger strength. They're supposed to make valid points. And so when they're out here saying unhinged shit that would be something that I would say is a joke, it kind of makes you look fucking bad. And I get that that's one of the appeals of Destiny, and that was why I like Steven Crowder as well, is because he would say the unhinged shit. That's why I thought Destiny was always kind of funny, is because he would say the unhinged shit. But like at the end of the day, if I were running for an office, I wouldn't be fucking calling these fucking douchebags, because they're gonna say something abhorrent, and then they're gonna try to push accountability off themselves, and all that accountability is gonna land right onto my fucking dick, and all of a sudden my campaign's fucking is all jizz falcon, bro.
background information on the hacker, who goes by the name Solo.
Solo messaged me sometime in the morning and said that he was unhappy with how the coverage of the leaks had been so far. He felt as though people weren't giving it enough attention, so he was going to leak more from my logs with Rose if I didn't allow him to come on my stream and speak with me. I don't exactly remember what the message to me was, as I just woken up, read it, and then responded briefly before going back to sleep. The next time I checked my messages with him, everything had been deleted.
Luckily, I have the messages. The messages are Solo demanding Destiny talk to him on stream, or else he's going to leak all the DMs and videos he shared with Rose. He also threatens to release Rose's real age, saying, "You were negligent in verifying her age even after you joked about her looking so young that you would need her ID to make sure she was really even 18. The only other time I heard this allegation of Rose being potentially underage is when I interviewed Kelly Jean.
So he tweeted like a bit over a week ago that the Rose girl was an OnlyFans girl. She's not. She never had an OnlyFans. She was never on any platform that could have verified her identity.
Why is she known as like a Fansly OnlyFans e-girl?
She sold nudes via Twitter. So it's not that we're trying to say Destiny's a pedophile. It's that we're saying Destiny is reckless.
I'm gonna be real, she does end up doing that. It's very much what she would imply. She'd list all this evidence for why Destiny should have been suspicious that she was underage.
Also, didn't bother to check someone's like age, right? It's like a...
Should she claim she was underage?
Bro. The accusations are getting worse, bro. Oh, this is so great, bro. This is so wild.
She said she was 19 to him. That is true. But she also said, or 18 or 19. I think she said in messages she was 18 and then turned 19 is most likely the case. She was also saying, she was saying to Destiny, I can't come see you because my parents won't let me. So there was like a lot of like, within these messages, sort of tone indicators that this is a very young person. So when someone says OnlyFans, they're spreading a piece of misinformation in his benefit. Because if she did do OnlyFans, he could say, well, this website, which is known for verifying people's identity and age, says she's 19. Therefore, it's reasonable to think that she's 19. In this case,
I personally feel like that is too convoluted of an argument. And if she lied about
That's valid. I agree with William Mack here. It's too convoluted.
her age, I'm probably not going to hold him accountable unless I see evidence that is very obvious that she's lying, or he asked for ID or some shit and she's going no.
So he does do that. He he makes a message saying,
is that in the leak?
Yes, I'll have to find the exact quotation of when he mentions identity.
Kelly never proves this. She links me to the hacker telling Destiny she was underage, and Destiny replies saying she told him she was of age selling not safe for work material.
When we started talking, she told me she was of age. The Solo guy on Kiwi Farms says as much. I don't think she's underage. I don't think she was ever underage. Well, I mean, except for when she was underage, but before I talked to her.
When navigating Kiwi Farms, the hacker himself would clarify in a later post, to Rose's knowledge, Destiny did not know her real age. And even if he did not make it known to her. I don't believe Destiny is a pedophile. Now, apparently there are DMs jokingly asking for ID, commenting on how young she looks.
If I go to
Sigh. I know, dude. This shit just keeps going, bro. This is like the worst time to be have no clue who any of these people are besides Destiny. Well, I mean, these are all people that like he was like soliciting. So all of these girls that William Mack had on, he was sending them all pictures, and they all had like no information of the inner workings of Destiny, just sending his schmeat and unconsensual videos of people who did not want their videos out there. So these are all like people collaborating the stories that are going on against Destiny right now, which is due to the massive lawsuit that's coming down on his ass.
To a club and I f someone underage, it doesn't matter that I asked for their age.
She definitely does, but they're not talking about her. They're talking about somebody else.
If they turn out to be younger, you're still going to get prosecuted the same way. It's like the onus is on you. You can use that as a defense only to a point, especially if there are other reasons to believe this person could be underage, as there is in this case, or at least you are not sure. No, I don't think we can confirm their identity. So Rose's boyfriend says she was 17.
So this bitch. Why did you even include this when this bitch is just trying to talk it out of her ass? It's just all speculation, bro. So like, this is a point toward Destiny at this moment because this bitch is just yapping
At the time, and I don't.
Yeah, you didn't know that Destiny's getting sued for unconsensually sending like sex tapes to other people, and they all got leaked. And basically, a bunch of people were mad that their nudes were leaked on the internet because he was willing. His shit wasn't hacked, somebody else's was, and it all ended up out there because this motherfucker couldn't keep his gooning private.
I don't know if she says she was 18 or 19 at the time of sending things. I'd have to
I
check.
get what you're getting at. I need more before I'm comfortable going that far.
Yeah.
Kelly wasn't able to ever find me this message, so I asked Destiny about it. Did she ever engage with you or like show you like a site where maybe it did check for age verification at any point?
I'm trying to think of how much
Like
will come
at
up
some-
in
at
other
some
things.
point
No,
you-
well, the answer is yes. So like she was like an active user of I think Tinder to find hookups and shit. And Tinder is an 18 or older app.
And Destiny sent me messages he had with Rose and her talking
I
about...
mean, but that's not really okay. So here's the thing. Tinder doesn't verify age though. I think you have to be 18 or older to use it, but that's not saying like. Here's the thing, it's not saying that it didn't lie, but that's why this whole fucking side bullshit that we're doing here, the pedostiny section, I just don't see it holding water on either side, because it could be or it could not be, and there's too many questions up in the air about it.
using Tinder. I haven't used Tinder in like 8 years, so I don't know. Google says it verifies age. There needs to be...
Maybe it does. I mean, I haven't used Tinder, like, I've been married, and I've been with my wife for like 7 years, or 8 years, or longer. I've been with my wife a long time, so I haven't used this bullshit in a long time, so maybe it does verify now.
More tangible evidence. Right now, the worst case scenario is that she might have lied to him. And that's the end of the good news for Destiny. Like, yes, congrats, you're not a pedophile, but the few extra wins he racks up during his manifesto are just so insignificant. You know, yes, Pixie did ask for a comical amount of money.
Her first demand letter to me was for a total apology, and then at least $15 million in compensation.
Holy shit!
Ever wondered what your home looked?
This bitch didn't ever want to work again, bro. $15 million? Dear God, bro. That is such a lot of money. Like, fuck, dude. Way to press on this motherfucker. She was like, you fucking sent my nudes to everybody without my consent. You're supposed to be the fucking, I care about women more than all of these fucking alpha male bros. That's why you went on every fucking alpha male podcast ever made. And because of that, I need 15 fucking million schmackaroonies, bro. That's fucking wild.
Fuck that.
Yes, people weaponizing your nudes against you is wrong.
Was now in an impossible position. Revenge point.
I do think it's funny. This is Destiny's normal tactic. I need to stop pausing so much. But he's just like, okay, because this person sucks and wanted too much money, I should be just expunged. All my problems should be taken away. I am not the villain. It's all on them.
Point of me was still being blasted across the internet with family members, including my 13-year-old son, being spammed with explicit videos of me, sometimes even by popular social media personalities like Just a Minx. I guess it's because I'm a guy at school. I'm trying to get better, but the image of Destiny sucking that is ruining it. Based. And then this is just her casually, replying to tweets of mine. It's good. Getting some good Twitter engagement here. Not that anybody gives a fuck because she's a girl and I'm a guy, but it's all good.
Sue her. Sue all of them. Hold them accountable. But why would this make me view the Pixie situation any differently? What you're complaining about is what Pixie and everyone else you shared videos of has to go through now too. You chose to share videos of yourself with an e-girl. They didn't.
Sending his son those, yeah, no, that's definitely fucked. I would agree, that's fucked. But again, he's what he's doing, and this is like, it sucked his son's getting that type of shit. Absolutely, I will say 100%. People, this is the same position I sat like with Ethan Klein. Don't bring somebody's kids into the bullshit. Don't be a fucking cum falcon. But again, to tout your harassment over the fact that you broke the law and unconsensually put this shit out there and now these people are facing, like, he's complaining about the harassment he's getting from the leaks while using it as a shield to say that these other people shouldn't feel like, you shouldn't feel bad for these people, you should feel bad for Destiny, when they're getting the same amount of harassment. They're getting the same type of harassment you're getting, because it's a one-to-one thing, you know what I mean? It's playing he's playing up his victim status while trying to downplay the fact that these other people are having it.
You made that decision.
I don't know who he sent the nudes to. I just know that it was I don't know that aspect. Maybe Willie Mack will go into it, but I don't know who he actually sent the nudes to. But I do know that it was a massive leak.
Decision for them. He acts like this is a risk everybody signed up for, which is not true.
For people who are extremely concerned with their privacy or material possibly leaking, I generally just recommend that we don't record anything at all, as there's always some risk that stuff can leak.
What he's not acknowledging is the risk was him. I'm seeing Destiny in his DGG chat saying he's not going to sue the hacker anymore. I'm probably not going to push it any farther since it's just bad publicity for me now. And Pixie is forcing us both to waste tens of thousands of dollars fighting each other now. Lol W. So I'm supposed to care about the sob story with Minx and Kiwi Farms hosting his nudes when he doesn't even want to pursue the culprits anymore.
It's incredibly bizarre how many people...
That's valid. That's valid. I mean, if he doesn't fucking, like, if, then this all makes his fucking I'm a victim status so much worse, because if he's not, if he really cared, he would fucking put his money where his mouth is, right? He would go after these fucking people. And I mean, you look at, like, again, I made the Ethan Klein comparison. Ethan Klein is suing Noah Sampson. He is his plan is to go after fucking Bad Empanada, the person who brought his kids into it. So he has, like, actual plans to go after these people, and I think he should sue Denims as well. But you look at the fact that he's actually going to take Ethan's actually going to put his money behind what the fuck's happening, and Destiny's like, well, it's too much bad publicity, but I'm still the victim, guys.
People are fixated on insisting that I'm not a victim in this when I was the primary target of the entire revenge.
And to be fair, he was a victim of it. I'm not saying that he wasn't a victim of revenge corn, but he was.
Posting. While other people were undeniably harmed by these leaks, they were seen as collateral damage to the publisher of the material and the website providing hosting for it, in the goal to attack me, whether it was through reputation, monetary harm, or just some other form of sadistic humiliation.
You were the primary target, but the collateral damage is because of you. Destiny never acknowledges this. He has the money to do it all. He's mad at Pixie though, because in her story, he's not the victim. He's the bad guy. Now, Pixie took him to court, and part of when you do that is you don't get an instant public-facing apology. I understand that, but instead of staying quiet, Destiny claims he had implied consent because Pixie sent a video of herself with another guy before.
With that out of the way, conversations guessing as to whether or not any of the leaked material was consensually shared was a hot topic of discussion following the initial leaks. Pixie would send messages to people to tell them that she had never sent videos of other people to me before, and she portrayed herself in her Substack as though I was the first person to ever suggest this to her, and I was the first person she ever recorded material with. I know that she's messaged people with stuff like this.
To me, her lying about the nature of their sexting would only make her a hypocrite.
Yeah, that's a fair proof that women love social status. Destiny is not a good-looking dude. Looking dude as fuck. He's out here banging e-thoughts. Absolutely, dude. Like, he's just this is what's funny about Destiny is he created all this on himself. He touted up the hedonistic lifestyle that he was living, right? And I'm not the guy that's gonna sit here and like say that your lifestyle is so bad, but he to be fair to Destiny, he did say that it's not for everybody, and I don't think that everybody should be doing it, but he kept living it, kept going on and talking about how his lifestyle was just fine, it worked for him, it was great, and then it all blew up in his fucking face. All this shit that he was touting about on all of these endless amounts of podcasts to show that he actually cared about women, that he actually cared about all this shit, it's all blowing up in his face. All the virtue signaling he's been doing for years is now fucking jizz sliming down his fucking forehead.
It doesn't make sharing other people's nudes without their consent okay. He doesn't even know if she didn't have consent.
Pixie was comfortable sending me videos of her and other identifiable men, with them even having saved the videos on their own phones. I took videos of some guy, I can send you later if you're interested. Sure, I'll send them to you when I get them. At no point in any of these conversations did Pixie ever mention having explicit consent from any of these other men to share these videos with me. I have no way of contacting them today to find out if she did. All this to say, consent was being reasonably understood by both sides of this situation.
What do you mean? How? He's assuming that she didn't have permission from this guy when he has no reason to believe that. And in what world does this give him consent to share her nudes? This makes no sense. This was the manifestos to end all manifestos. And it's literally debunked by his own logic in our interview. One of the leaks on Kiwi Farms was a blowjob recording that happened with a guy he met.
I mean, I don't know. Destiny's always said he was center left, but I've always seen him as kind of like the left wing Steven Crowder. That's what I've seen Destiny as. I've always seen him that way. He anytime there was a position like obviously he's been more about like he likes guns and stuff, but I would consider him just kind of like internet far left is what I would say. Cause like, yeah, like here's why I call him far left, right? because he says like some insanely fucking internet far left shit, the type of shit that Steven Crowder would say, right? When he was talking about how that firefighter deserved to die at the Trump rally, when he's like gone off on unhinged tangents about Republicans and shit, that a normal center left person would read that and say, this guy's a fucking unhinged person. That's the point that I always like try to articulate about Destiny, that I think a lot of people overlook, because his policies can fall more center left sometimes, and when you actually break it down, but his rhetoric falls more far left, if you kind of get my train of thought, because like I think that he didn't defend a white guy who defended himself against black man, which most leftists, I don't know how his position on the, I don't know his position on everything, to be honest. I don't know. I just know that his rhetoric is insane for like, because like that's something like even you put in the like perspective of like again like Steven Crowder has like some pretty fucking far right views, but he has some pretty center right views. So you could take and you could put positions on him all day where he will have differences when it comes to like freedom of speech and stuff than a lot of people like Matt Walsh and shit, and he'll have different perspectives from them. But at the end of the day, his rhetoric makes you think he's far right, and that's the problem with Destiny, is his rhetoric puts him kind of in that far left type of situation.
On Grindr. And the recording allegedly starts before he walks into the guy's apartment. And if you read the DM of Destiny sharing the video to Rose, he says, "This is just the end. Again, audio scuffed because my phone was in my pocket," implying that the video was secretly recorded. Here is Destiny's defense.
Well, why would he have it in his pocket and not record the thing with the video? It must be because he's not letting the person know. He's secretly recording them.
Yeah, sure. So let me preface this by saying the only reason that recording that you're talking about is leaked is because I think all the girls that started messaging afterwards were like, oh my God, this might be non-consensual, blah, blah, blah. I think that group of people started leaking shit to Kiwi Farms of hookups that nobody is alleging anything wrong has happened. So it's very fucking annoying. And that what you're talking about, like literally audio, that entire thing is now just public.
Bro went full Alex shows. Oh, the Lakers are leaking, and the Lakers leaks, and then they're leaking, and
for no reason. So that is revenge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like, okay, so here's my difference, right? I'm not saying that Destiny is a far left extremist or anything. I'm just saying compared to the normal leftist, he is far left, right? He is like, when you say he's a bit extreme, like he's not far left, but he's just a bit extreme. That to me, if we're gonna talk just like normal center left or just normal leftist, if we're putting, you have to caveat with a bit extreme, he is then in the same category as like I would put Steven Crowder. I can reiterate that all day, but I'm just saying that, like, if we're talking about internet people, right, and these internet fucking political goblins, I see him as left-wing Steven Crowder, and he has the same type of rhetoric that Steven Crowder has, so why wouldn't I put him in the same category?
Of me posted that everybody's just spreading because it's fucking epic and hilarious, okay?
That makes sense to me. If the guy involved isn't claiming wrongdoing at this point, who cares? It's irrelevant.
That being said, generally with guys on Grindr, there are guys that I've spoken with, and some people are like, hey, are you happy, or are you comfortable recording stuff? Do you want to do video? Most guys aren't comfortable with video. A couple have been, obviously, hence my fucking leaks. Some guys are like, okay, cool, like audio is fine. I don't care as long as you can't identify it. That's why I don't even know how many of my things have been leaked at this point, but like it's pretty obvious the guy can like see my phone, or he said like, oh, whatever. I think for that particular one, now I think this recording was like 5 years or 4 years ago, so I don't fucking remember. But for this particular guy, he had said, listen, if you want to record audio, that's fine, but like don't pull your phone out. I don't want to see it. I'm like really paranoid about my face getting recorded. And I'm like, okay, I'll just probably start it before I come to the apartment or whatever. He's like, that's fine. Just like don't pull your phone out, because that would like, it's like he's just like paranoid about like me recording his face. I was like, okay, that was the hookup story for that dude. But it's really gay to talk about this because, well, one, is actually gay, but then two, also, nobody's alleging like any wrongdoing for any of these.
That was kind of funny. One, it's actually gay. Like, here's the thing, like some people were like blasting Destiny for like the shit, but like who fucking cares who cares if he's eating muff or sucking dick? I don't care about that shit.
Hookups. So it's like really weird that because other people are literally leaking and spreading revenge for me, and then they're having me like describe like this fucking hookup works, so I know it's consensual. Like nobody's even making an allegation of this. Like I don't know if this is going to turn into like every single like I don't know if people are going to start leaking every single video I've ever recorded, and they're like, I need you to explain to me like what was the blah blah. It's like nobody's going to make an allegation about this. Why the fuck are you talking about all my hookups? It's cringe and gross and weird. But that's my Yeah, I mean that's for that. Yeah.
If he's not complaining about it, then how do we know?
Nobody
it
else.
even
Nobody else.
is
Yeah.
secretly
Nobody. Yes.
recorded?
It's
Yeah.
fucking started. Yes.
But that same logic entirely debunks Destiny's implied consent defense for Pixie, because that guy's not out here complaining. In fact, Pixie claims she had consent from him, actual consent, to send those videos. She writes, "This is false. This guy was my ex who consented to sharing. I was not recording random one-night stands." I'll be real, the DMs she links don't really prove anything, but then a guy named Tom asks, "The question is whether or not you had consent to share the videos." She clarifies, "I had consent. I believe the courts will exonerate me." So Destiny's entire defense of calling Pixie a hypocrite—
Bro, she's like, I will see you in court, motherfucker. I have the fucking receipts.
is debunked by his own logic. It comes off as incredibly desperate. She says, "Destiny, you are now using intimate details of my life against me. I need you to stop. You've already to share more." Another defense Destiny alludes to in his response is that he was part of the scandalous videos, therefore that makes it okay to share. In a way, Pixie is kind of like the perfect victim.
It seems like she shared nudes with you. You shared them with a third party. That party got hacked.
Hey, whoever heard you from Shark Tank? I'm a huge.
I mean, that is the point of this whole thing, and that's why she's the bigger victim, is because he made the videos, he shared the videos, she didn't have consent. She is the victim, like the bigger victim. Like, yes, he is a victim in this whole situation. He is a victim of this this giant leak. But the fact that it's the fucking collateral damage in this case that is what we're proving, right?
Leaks.
And wait, I want to clarify a couple
is
things. Hold on,
a
just
victim
real quick.
of that.
I never sent nudes that somebody sent me to somebody else. I've never done that before. It's really weird. I've only ever sent videos that I'm in. Now, sometimes those videos are with other people, but like in terms of me sending anything to another person, it's like it's because I'm in it, not because somebody else is in it. Just to be super clear on that. To some people, that doesn't matter. For other people, that's like a really big point, because when that post was written for Pixie, it was written like he wanted to show my body off and blah blah blah. That's not true at all. She's not even naked in that video.
That doesn't make any difference to me. He violated the person's trust in sharing the intimate video in the first place. Him being part of it or not changes nothing. It seems like the only reason he would bring this up is if he felt like there was some sort of legal distinction.
I talk about anything that's related, like specifically to any of the like causes of action.
And then you say if it can be allowed in the video or not. Because if not, I'm not trying to fuck anybody. Okay?
Oh.
Agreed. It is still super fucking gross. This whole thing, this is where Destiny's I can talk faster than you and throw more big words to try to push things in the fucking Destiny W category is never. There is no ramble jambling his way out of this, dude. He's just gonna look like a cum falcon at the end of the day.
Like shit on somebody by like sharing like a revenge porn thing of them.
You're talking about like the maliciousness of it, right?
Yeah, because some people are saying like, oh, I was trying to like humiliate.
Bro, see, he's fucking going to a whole different world, bro. He's strawmanning the fuck out of this.
You know, like I'm trying to humiliate. Like, no, I've never in my life have I done that. I would never do it. Well, I mean, there was 14 years ago with the one blue tea girl. That was shitty behavior of me for sure.
Blue T was somebody that Destiny sexted and then shared their nudes with his buddies, at least according to Ryan Beard's video, an old forum post I could find online.
Just thought it would be funny to share this woman's private nudes with his friends and joke about how f***ing hideous her face is compared to her beautiful body. And he also insulted her because he thought she looked like Shrek. So he shared a woman.
Oh, dude, the reason I'm laughing so hard is, one, the description, she's got a face like Shrek but a body of a 10, but like the fact that it's all contextualized over the fact that he spent like at least a year going on every fucking red pill podcast to talk about how he cared about women more than anybody else. And he's like, yeah, dude, I just sent out the pictures of this bitch that had the face of Shrek and the body of Beyonce because I thought it was fucking funny, bro. And then I'm supposed to he'll disavow that one, but he won't disavow anything else because he's getting fucking sued.
Woman's private nudes without consent for the purpose of degrading her. In response, Blue T hacked Destiny's Twitter and tweeted out pictures of his dick.
She didn't deserve any of that. That was me being a retard or whatever. Like, I agree with that. But like, I've never in my life, like, I've never like sending videos or pictures and like, oh yeah, this is gonna humiliate this person, huh? Like, that's just insane. Okay, that claim is insane. Nothing that's leaked from my logs implies that. I've never had a conversation leak that implies that I would ever do that to somebody. Like, that's just wild.
Well, you have to put it into perspective that most of these fan bases of people like Destiny and all these fucking like, I would say these like political talking heads, they get a fan base that is so viciously attached to them. I mean, you can go to any of my comment sections where I cover any of these fucking idiots. Anytime I cover one of these retards, bro, they show up in fucking like droves to attack me, to say that my video should be deleted or whatever, and they go on fucking their little Spurg mayonnaise run to just try to fucking discredit anything that I have to say. And if they're willing to do that just for somebody posting a video, you don't think that there's gonna be some chicks that are just waiting to suck a dick? Or some dude that's waiting to suck a dick? Absolutely. If they're willing to go out of their way and find fucking random videos that might talk about their king, you don't think that they're gonna crawl across like endless glass to eat cum off of the floor? Get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, these, because I have not seen the videos. Just to be clear, there is videos of Pixies that were leaked. She was not.
And by the way, the Hasan slurpers and the Destiny slurpers are just as vicious as one another. These two idiots will constantly sit and like scream at each other constantly. They hate each other so much, but they both have these big audiences that hate each other, but are very similar in so many ways.
Aware that you shared these with Rose.
I can't speak to that. I will clarify one thing.
Fair enough.
It's video. It's one singular video.
The Blue Tea drama happened in 2012, and if he was caught sharing nudes then, and he was caught sharing nudes now, that means he was probably sharing nudes in all the years in between. In fact, right after the Pixie drama blew up in January, DMs from a girl named Hannah leaked showing Destiny seemingly still trying to share nudes, saying, "Oof, I guess now that some stuff is leaked, LMAO, if you want videos of me eating, I got them." She laughs and then says, "Haha, no, don't show me that. Those are super private. I can't imagine how it feels having something so private be public, even if you were poly." Now this is crazy because behind the scenes Pixie is saying he ruined her life and is posting her suicide note to him less than a month earlier. And if he was still doing this, that is psychotic behavior. Now Destiny would claim that this was all just edgy jokes that took place when they were flirting. He deleted his DMs, so it's hard to understand the full context.
This is like half on the record, off the record. I don't give a fuck. Figure out what you want to put on, okay?
Well, hold on.
A lot of dark humor, okay? I've made jokes about a lot of things that people come back and try to make me sound like a sociopath. Like me and my kid's mom used to be physically abusive towards each other. And some people will link clips of me talking about it 10 years ago. He said he used to choke out his ex.
Even if he went down to hold her to stop throwing shit instead of hitting her, I'm almost 100% sure everyone would be saying the same shit. He had to leave her. He is going, of course. Dude, I wish I would have filmed my shit with Rachel. I wouldn't have any fucking fans today because you guys would probably think I'm a fucking abuser too. Guaranteed. Because you better fucking believe I had to fucking choke her out a few fucking times. That shit got crazy. Hell yeah, it did. And I guarantee you that everybody here would probably think I'm a fucking crazy physical abuser too, sure.
And I'm like, I'm joking when I say this shit. Or people say like, oh, Destiny's happy that his best friend committed suicide when he was 20 because he jokes about it. It's like, I do joke.
Well, and here's the thing I do have to give I do have to put a caveat on Destiny, is Destiny does joke a lot. Destiny jokes a lot, and I think that, so like when you take somebody like Hasan or Denims or Noah Samson, who are just completely personality devoid of anything, they have no ability to actually make a joke, and then when something comes out and it's bad, it's like, oh well, I was just joking. Now I'm retrospectively saying I'm joking. Destiny does joke a lot, so I usually wait until the things that Destiny isn't joking about, he will fucking double down on to oblivion, like the fucking firefighter who died at the rally. He doubles down on that constantly. It's disgusting how much he doubled down on that, to where it's not a joke anymore. Like when I originally saw his tweet, I'm like, oh, he's being a big fucking edgy boy again. It's a bad taste joke. But then he doubled down on it. I'm like, okay, he's not joking. He's just fucking disgusting.
I joke about a lot of crazy shit. I joke about Reckful killing himself. There's also a sad event. So me and Hannah had been chatting maybe for on and off for like a year. Had never been sexual ever. Not even remotely sexual and anything ever. And then as of like, you have the dates on the messages. Was it like 2 months ago or 3 months ago?
It was, yeah.
I think she makes a joke with about Merck. Oh, and she deleted all those messages. Very clever. But she makes a joke about Merck, and she's like, "Oh my god, I just saw you with that crazy girl Merck arguing with her." And then she's like, "Just so you know, I would never ever out any of your advances, LOL." And so when I see a message like that, I'm like, "Oh, that's a green light to flirt, I guess." And then I think our next conversation starts getting more flirty. And then she makes a reference to something about like videos or like, oh, like, or something sexual or whatever. And I think I make the joke and I'm like, hey, listen, why are you looking for videos of me? They're still up on Kiwi Farms, LOL, which is true. But like, that was the extent of my message.
I can't prove anybody right or wrong here because they both deleted messages. And to be fair to him, he didn't send anything. But if she said yes to the offer, would he have? That's up to you to decide.
Would never, I don't want to, I'm not going to drag any of these people. Okay. But I will say, like, I don't want to do any, I'm not going to do any of this. Okay. But like, there are so many girls that send me messages. I'm not even sure, but like, there's so many girls that send me messages like this when everything was leaking. Okay.
Hold on. You just sent me something. Let me take a look. Would find the leaked videos if I'm sure if I looked, you know, for science. Damn. So you're still getting fucking hit up, even
Yes,
even
yes,
after
every
you've
time
been
something
labeled
happens,
an
yes.
abusive piece of shit. They're still trying to
Yes.
get.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just to give more context, like the environment is like everybody back here, not everybody, but like there's a lot of corny people. They say shit like this, or whatever. It's whatever to me. But like if a message of mine got leaked like that, or I guess like that Hannah girl tried to, and it even showed up in Pixie's complaint, he's still offering women. It's like, no, bro, people are hitting me up and they're like flirting with me or whatever. And I'm like, hey, listen, my shit's on Kiwi Farms, LOL. Like that's not like a sincere offer to send anything, and like my shit is still publicly hosted. So what the fuck do you want me to say? Like, yeah, but it's retarded. Like people take it way too seriously. Like, well, just as a quick example for that Hannah girl, right? This is a person I talked to for a year, no problems whatsoever. After she sends me that message, I find out like 2 days later she's also in Jessica's server, and then she starts spamming my DMs with her into that server. Like after deleting some of hers, and I'm like, what the fuck? Am I getting like set up by these like random women that I've never had a problem with in my entire life?
Yeah, dude, you're getting set up because you were all. They see clout. They're going to go after clout, and the fact that you're just letting your fucking. The dude can't stop gooning long enough. He can't stop gooning long enough to realize that these fucking thoughts that used to just flood into him that he could just get away with saying anything to, now are just waiting for their moment to get their fucking their moment in the spotlight. So bro needs to stop fucking thinking with his dick and start thinking, I have a lawsuit coming, I need to chill it with this fucking flirting shit.
I don't know why any woman would trust Destiny enough to try and hook up with him still after all this, but that is happening. Now, Destiny deleting DMs is interesting because Pixie's legal team has cited him doing this as a way to try and cover up evidence. On January 21st, 2025, aware of the impending lawsuit and potential criminal investigation, Bono starts destroying evidence, including deleting messages between him and the plaintiff. Is this something you have done to try and hide or cover up anything?
What can I say?
Pause. Yes, he did. He is definitely trying to. This is Destiny's tactic. He is trying to strong arm his way into a win. So he is trying to like go scorched earth and make himself look as good as possible so he can win the lawsuit. That's what's happening.
Say publicly about this. This is what I'll say. Okay, I have a right to delete any message that I want ever. Okay, number one. Number two. If somebody wants to talk about records for a court case, so for instance, typically when you file a civil suit against somebody, you'll send them like a request for preservation of evidence. That doesn't mean I can't delete my message on Discord. It just means that I need to make a backup or an archive of anything that I have deleted on Discord that's not available to other people to make sure I have my own records there so that I can send that if a request is made in discovery. I have complied 100% with any preservation of evidence request that's been made to me, 100%. So
did Sunday's
that, like,
video provoke you into deleting more messages?
It was either that or before. Yeah, when people started to like taste like shit from me around, I started. No, actually, it was I think in December. I think I started running a redact across my whole fucking account. It took like a month or whatever to finish, but I like basically every message I sent before January 1st, I wiped from every fucking message because I was like, I don't know. Because my main concern, it wasn't actually even related to like Pixie or anything else, but my main concern was one thing that I didn't think about, that I have to think about. When people interpreted this, I guess if you want, this could be on the record. I don't care. No, like this could be on the record.
Everything you said so far regarding this, I'm assuming is on the record. Right.
Okay. When I sent that message to Pixie and I was like, I feel horrible. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I've psychologically damaged you. Like, this is horrible, whatever. I do feel horrible. It has nothing to do with whether or not I consented to send the video. I just feel horrible that something that I was involved in ended up leaking publicly.
So he's saying he preserved the deleted DMs for the court case only, but he's also recontextualizing DMs of him admitting fault. If you remember, Destiny replied to Nick, "I didn't admit to anything." Nick would reply with DMs of Destiny saying, "Yeah, I know, I have damaged her severely," seemingly acknowledging that he's the one responsible. He's now saying that this is not the case.
Like, even if she would have said, like, even if that wouldn't have been sent to anybody, if somebody would have, like, hacked my Google Drive, I would have said the exact same thing. Holy, I feel so horrible. I'm so sorry. This is, like, terrible. Like, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve this at all. Like, this is really bad. I'm so sorry. Like, it has nothing to do with whether or not I sent it consensually. It just has to do with the fact that because of, like, whatever, my actions or whatever, like, at some point, like, shit got leaked. That being said...
Well, you see how he's trying to change the narrative, right? So once the shit hit the fan and Pixie had enough of his bullshit and she put it out on the... Or she didn't put it out. Fucking President Sunday put it out without her consent, threw her name in the mix, tried to make her look bad as make her look like a bad actor, which she was asking for a ridiculous amount of money. They kind of made her look like a bad actor, but puts it out there. Once that happened, Destiny started playing from defense and started recontextualizing everything that he had previously said, which is just such an egregious thing to do, especially from somebody who claims to be about the facts like he claims to be all the time.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, well, I was going to say, that being said, one thing that I just, and maybe it was just me being stupid, but one thing I never considered before was...
Yeah, I mean, I could see this. If I send a nude, I accept that it'll probably be seen by multiple people, just the world we live in. I can see that. I can see that, but there is still laws against it, and there is still reasons why you don't do it, especially if, you... Okay. So... Yes, that is an understanding you can have, where it's like, once you've said, okay, this can happen, once I've sent it, But the problem is, she didn't send the nude, right? If she sent the nude, it's a lot different if her nude gets leaked because Destiny gets hacked. That she sent willingly is a lot different than Destiny filming himself with somebody else and then sending it without their knowledge. That's a much different thing. That's a whole different thing. And then he goes on to the top of the allegations that he has against him now. Again, he's kind of word salad his way into saying that he always gets consent, but we just have to take Destiny's words for it, which is with the fact that he's already recontextualized everything against his own words in the past. I can't trust what Destiny says. I can't look at what if some of these weren't consensually filmed, right? What if some of these weren't consensually taken and then sent out, right? And again, this isn't like stuff that happened like 10 years ago. This is stuff that's happened recently. So it's just it becomes a much more muddy situation than just I sent nudes, they got leaked off of her phone, or she sent nudes, they got leaked off of Destiny's phone. It was he recorded, he sent it out. Some people have said that they've been recorded unconsensually. So we have a lot of accusations out there. We have Destiny playing defense and really willing to recategorize everything in his fucking favor, which makes sense because he has a legal case going on. So that it's just difficult because it's all on Destiny for starting this shit. Pixie was just a fucking victim in all of this. There's no way. She wasn't the one that took the nudes. She wasn't the one that sent them out. She just had her shit leaked on the internet and was getting attacked, getting them sent to her family. Just the shit that Destiny complained happened to him is now happening to her. Because before, Pixie was really considered somebody in the Destiny fucking one of the Destiny orbiters that wasn't sleeping with Destiny. That was kind of like their little dirty secret. And then it blew up in her face, and now she looks like a slut that was just fucking sleeping her way to the top. So all of this is blowing up on her and hurting her career exponentially, and Destiny's playing the victim too. That's kind of the big problem here.
Regardless of if I'm vetting people appropriately or not for sending material, I never considered what if somebody else gets on somebody else's account. So after stuff started leaking like in November or like I think in early December, I started to run a redact on everything because now I'm thinking, well, fuck, what if like a boyfriend, a sister, a father, what if somebody dies and like a friend gets a hold of their account and they log in and they see a bunch of explicit material? I'm just going to fucking wipe all my combos and everything because I don't want to risk like other people's shit leaking or my shit leaking as a result of that.
Did you delete anything in an attempt to hide stuff for the court case?
No, I have digital copies of everything. Like Redact literally has an auto archive thing, and Discord allows you to archive all of your conversations before doing anything. So I've complied with every court request that I've gotten. Yeah, the fuck.
I feel like I've asked this before, but if you can't be on the record, fair enough too.
Sure.
But I just want to reiterate since we brought it up again. Did Pixie ever know you were sharing stuff with Rose? That involved her. It's both of you, I understand, but that involved her as well.
For claims that are like, these are like the hyper-specific claims that this court case is going to deal with, I can't, on advice of counsel, I can't talk about those things in particular.
Okay, fair enough then.
I will say that when we recorded stuff, I was either married to or I was engaged with Melina at the time. And so, I mean, at the very least, like, that's one person that...
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? See, this is Destiny fucking strawmanning again. This is why I don't trust any of these fucking political, or any of these fucking, mostly these political guys, because they have been debate brain to the point that they will pull any fucking, thing that might be tangentially relevant to the situation and use it as a defense when that makes no fucking sense. Well, I was engaged or married at the time, so what the fuck does that have to do with anything, Destiny? You're trying to change the subject.
I've been sharing stuff with that she would know, obviously, right? But...
Oh, so because he shared it with his wife, because he was like, yo, check out this video of this chick sucking my dick, Melina. Don't you think that's really cool? Oh, dude, isn't that really cool? Did you like it? Oh, yeah, that's you getting your dick sucked. Oh, wow. I mean, that's not the same, bro. Like even if you're... Okay.
What is he on about? He's already said it. He's taking responsibility without taking responsibility. It's hilarious. If you're still defending Destiny over this Pixie stuff, why?
Like, this is really bad. I'm so sorry. Like, it has nothing to do with whether or not it's consensually. It just has to do with the fact that because of, like, whatever, my actions or whatever, like, at some point, like, shit got leaked.
I find it absurd that he's apologizing not for sharing the videos non-consensually, but for the hacker leaking them. Bro, the girls didn't want him shared in the first place. I can't get into it in the interview because he wanted all of that off the record. But it all comes back to this implied consent argument, which we've already determined is ridiculous. Now, I don't know what the result of their court case will be. If what he did was illegal, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know. But I do know that what he did was wrong, and that should be obvious to everyone.
I don't wanna set the world on fire.
The biggest video to come out on Destiny was the content nuke by Ryan Beard, and I wanted to touch on the pattern of abuse he builds up in it. At some point, if you date enough girls that are crazy, at some point do you feel like you are the only consistent factor there?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, there's a lot of things about my life that's like super atypical, that would draw those types of people and would induce that type of behavior as well. The issue with the video, like Ryan Beard's, it's Ryan Beard, right?
Have you watched it before we comment on it?
And I thought about, I watched it because I thought about, like, do I want to do like a long-term response and go through like every single claim? The problem is that, like, one, you're working with a full like 15 years of me having one of the most public lives on the internet. So basically anything I've been involved in is going to be out there for better or for worse, sometimes in the worst light possible. That being said, like, I mean, there are things that I've done that are just like legitimately bad. Like, I shouldn't have done them. Like the Mia Rose stuff, that was bad. Like, I admit that.
The Mia Rose drama was in 2011. Destiny got drunk on stream and sexually assaulted Mia.
If I was a real friend, I would make you... Okay, stop. Go. Oh my god.
Listen,
What the fuck? What the fuck?
apologize.
Yeah, say sorry.
So much
Like, there was a time when I got like, it was probably one of the, people say I'm like making justifications, but I'm not. Like, it was bad. But I got like super wasted for like the first time in my life on a stream, I think when I was like 22. And I was like grabbing me Rose's boobs when we were streaming or whatever. We were doing a vacation thing in like Utah. And it was bad. But I mean, like, I've talked to her since. Like, I've apologized. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. It's always like strange to me when people like Ryan will make videos and say like he needs to take accountability. And it's like, this happened 13 years ago. Like, I've apologized. I don't know what else you want me to say. It's not like, I don't think it's good behavior. Like, obviously it was bad. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that.
And Mia, as recently as 2022, has corroborated this, saying, at the end of the day, he assaulted me, he apologized, and we left it alone. And the point of Ryan doing this was to show that Destiny has always treated women poorly. His best example that he brought up was Anna Voir. Anna was somebody who hooked up with Destiny, and then they'd get into a fight, she'd cry on stream.
Steven, you lied! You lied and, like,
You misrepresented so many things, Steven, and you know you did this. I mean, you've apologized to me in private, but you won't do it publicly. And
so hold on. Stop trying to act like it's so much different.
You're very irresponsible.
It is, Steven. Don't.
Bro, I know that she. So she probably, like, he treated her like shit or something probably, but here's the thing. Her voice is annoying as fuck. That's what she sounds like, bro. Oh, dude, my ears are fucking bleeding. My headphones are filling up with, like, super AIDS. Jesus Christ.
Destiny would label her as a stalker, like he can't get away from her.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. If anybody else here has advice, hold on.
Hold on,
Steven. Are you saying you're being held hostage?
Yes,
told you what to do, bro.
John, I'm being lost by an undefeatable opponent, right? You understand? She has nothing to lose. She can carry this out for the rest of her life, and there's nothing I can do about it.
But then in the meantime, he'd be sexting her.
He did stalk me.
That she locked. Okay, then why are you sexting with her still?
We're cool. We've been cool for a year, Max.
Okay, so you acknowledge that you've been sexting with her for a year.
Yeah, we've had on and off, sure. Max, can you acknowledge that I haven't said anything bad about her for a year? I've said we've been fine. I've said that over
The
and
last
over.
time I talked to you about her, like 2 weeks ago, or 16 days ago or something, you said that she locked you in the basement of her mind and it was a traumatic experience for you. Locked you in the basement of her mind.
Locked me in the past. In the past, Max.
Oh, okay.
Why? Tell me, Max, why hasn't Anna come forward with any of this information now? Can you tell me, or do you want me to tell everybody why?
Because here's the real reason why. Because Destiny will fucking make you look like a little piece of shit, and his fans will come after you. That's why most people don't speak up against these type of people, right? It's okay. So the pattern of behavior thing, I don't really buy into. But why I think that a lot of people are afraid to speak out against people like Destiny, people like Hasan, is because their fan base is fucking vicious. I mean, that's the honest reason why I'm pretty sure iDubbbz decided to take down Ethan Klein, because he saw what was happening to Ethan Klein, was scared it was gonna happen to him, decided to get in the same room with the people that were fucking harassing him, rather than deal with the flack that could come from criticizing people like this. This is 100% something that people are scared of, is getting the wrath of these fucking fan bases.
I don't want to speak on her behalf.
Okay, I will. It's because she said she literally wants to remain friends with me.
And after seeing this, it makes me feel terrible for Anna, who was crying about this very thing for years.
I've told you multiple times, if you don't want to be friends with me, then stop. But, like, you don't do that. I've told you multiple times. Stop this narrative, Steven, of, like, oh, stalker and stuff. You're the one f***ing calling me princess.
Oh my goodness, thank you for the raid, Cherry. Very kind of you.
Is that, huh?
Very kind of you. Hello.
Number two, I'm pretty sure.
Hello, Cherry. Welcome, welcome.
This panel is insane. Everyone's here to just suck up clout from this poor girl's mental breakdown. Now, Destiny claims the reality of this situation was different.
It's one of those things where, like, when you dive into the details, it becomes a lot kind of more murky and dumb. So, like, I think that the Anne of War story is interesting to look at. Like, people will make claims like, oh, like he was sexting her and then he was calling her crazy at the same time. People will compress time spans of like months into single days, where it'll be like, yeah, we might have had like.
Well, yeah, but if she's like a fucking, here's the thing, I've had a stalker in the past. What I did was I cut off all communication. I told them that I was cutting off all communication, that I did not want to see them anymore, or I would take action with the police or whatever. And I said, it's done. We're done. There is no more. We're not going to be doing this anymore. I'm sorry. It's over. I made a hard line. The problem here is his willingness, and I don't care how, like, time's compressed or whatever, but if you're out here saying that she's a crazy stalker, you cut off all ties, you block her on everything, and you move on with your life. You don't keep dipping your toe back into that same fucking molten lava and then complaining that your fucking foot's melting. That makes no fucking sense, you weird fucking cum falcon.
Sexual conversation like in November, and then in like December she is like tweeting or streaming about me again on something that I consider like unhinged. I'm like, Jesus, this person's like unhinged. I don't know what to do. And we went back and forth like that, probably for, I don't know, man, maybe a year or something. Well, I don't know. Here, this is my take on this. Okay, so if you want to push it after it, maybe, I guess. But like, this is my thing. Anne of War was like 30 years old maybe, and I think I was 32 or 33. Like, we're both adults. Like, when people start applying terms like gaslight and crazy making and abuser, like, I think she had really unhinged behavior. She admits that she has OCD. She got medicated for it. It was better. Maybe there was like better ways that I could have handled the situation, for sure. Like, I think, especially in retrospect, and even prospectively, maybe there are better things I could have done. But it's like, it's two adults. The worst thing that ever happened here was, I don't even know what the worst thing is. I guess like she became like obsessively streaming about me, and then I said she was crazy online. Like that's it. I don't know how people have found a way to make this like one of the most abusive situations of the universe. It's like retarded to me.
You're calling her a stalker at the same time you're sexting her. I don't know if I want to say abusive, but you could see the emotional confusion.
I understand what I'm going to say, but like this is, and I'm so sorry. Like I've been so gentle with all these online communities, but all of us are adults. We're 30 plus years old. Okay, turn off the computer. Like this is. I think this is so.
But I mean, here's where he's not. He always talks about holding accountability, and this little cum falcon is over here saying, "Well, I mean, we're both adults. It's on her. It's just as much as it's on me," which is fair. But he's also like saying that to kind of skirt accountability, which is the problem here. And this is where everything that he's said about the actual situation that's going on with this current case, it makes it like everything. Destiny says one thing, everything else proves Destiny wrong, but Destiny will fucking rationalize it by using a bunch of bullshit. That is all he does, bro.
Unbelievably overblown. Like, if you don't want to talk to me or if you don't do anything to me, then just stop broadcasting about me, stop talking about me constantly. Like, that's it.
But you could have cut off talking to her completely. You could have shut it down and said, yeah, dude, she's unhinged, she's crazy. I've cut off all communications. I don't want to be friends with her. I don't want to be a part of this. This is toxic and I want out. It is so simple. That's the accountability. You say, you fucking you see the pattern of behavior, you spearhead against it. And this is Destiny's problem, is he refuses to do that because he's so fucking horny all the time.
Interviewed Anna, and she claims that he was sexting her and sending her mixed messages recently after she crashes out on stream.
Yeah, our fighting has honestly been like so on and off. Like, it's been so...
Why do you guys keep fucking sexting in between fighting each other? What is with that whole thing?
You know, it's really weird. I know, it was very toxic.
So was there anything abusive going on there?
So I used to say that I considered his behavior against me to be abusive. Now I'm not really so sure I would call it abusive. I felt like it was. I definitely felt like it was. At the time, it felt very abusive to me. I would say that he definitely mistreated me, but I don't know if I would go as far as to call it abuse anymore.
Was there times where you guys were sexting and it was cool as he's talking just mad shit on
Yeah,
the
I
stream?
do. I'm pretty sure there were. I mean, definitely, I am pretty freaking sure that he still called me crazy and stuff when we were sexting. I'm pretty sure he would still be on stream because like we argued about, because wait a minute, hold on, we argued about it. It's all like coming back to me now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're going back like what, 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we would have, because like we had fights about this, like, and him being like, oh well, you know, oh yeah, this one. Okay, wait, I'll send you one. Like him saying like he can't publicly defend me because he thinks it'll bring more drama or whatever. And
she sent me DMs of Destiny saying, it's just me being defensive, referring to when he calls her a psycho stalker. Here's Destiny saying, yeah, well, I can't publicly defend you because then it's obvious we're talking again. If I get defensive, that's the assumption people will make. So I have to act like I don't know why you're in chat. So we were
again, dude, this is where Destiny again is proving like his fucking, the receipts are proving the opposite of what Destiny's saying time and time again, and that's the problem with Destiny. And this is the problem with this whole controversy, is it's Destiny gaslighting his audience into believing one thing when the receipts say the complete opposite.
Just totally fine with people thinking she was crazy as he's romantically involved with her. That would drive anyone insane.
Because it's obvious we're talking again, so he didn't want people to know that you guys were talking. But this is all the way in 2021. Did this go on for like 2 years?
Kind of.
This went on and off for 2 years?
Yeah, kind of.
Holy shit.
It's very much like a toxic relationship kind of thing.
It definitely was. It definitely, except you guys weren't, did you guys live in the same state or was it all over online?
It was all online pretty much. I mean, he came to visit me,
Dude,
but
you guys are full on Zoomers, dude. You guys were Discord sexting before it was even a thing.
I know, basically.
When she went to leak their sex chat to prove that this was happening, Destiny would then threaten his DGG chat to leak her nudes. Tell Anna if she leaks my sexting, I might have some pics to share.
But I genuinely was kind of scared of
Destiny, see, this is where like people tend to like, oh well, they come up with all this fucking word salad and try to defend him, and he literally is on record saying, I swear to God, if that bitch even tries to put anything out about me, I'm gonna leak her nudes all over the internet. But no, he's against that type of behavior because it's really disgusting. But he's done it in the past, and he's threatening to do it way sooner than that. So it's just, again, Destiny fucking saying one thing, but his actions prove a completely different way.
Of him, and when he blocked me, I was really scared that he was gonna like leak my things.
What was the reasoning behind that?
It was because I was threatening to leak his sex because I was saying
What is going on over there, man? What are you guys all doing? What are you guys all doing over there? How is there always
like, again, I don't think it would have been good for her to leak the shit either. I don't think leaking him ever does anybody good. But the tit for tat behavior that Destiny has is just kind of fucking hilarious. It's so funny. Everything's like, Destiny's the type of guy that, and this is why I always kind of put him more extreme than just your normal fucking, like your center leftist, because Destiny's like, okay, so this guy did this. How can I go lower? How can I be more scummy? How can I go a step further? It's like, oh, well, I'm going to release some of our chats that were kind of our sexting chats, right? He's like, well, I'll just fucking release your nudes. Like, he always wants to go into the mud further, and that type of behavior is what led to this. But Destiny tries to then victimize himself. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. So the reason why I was saying, like, you know, I'm gonna have to like leak our sexting if you don't stop saying that I'm stalking you, because we literally have been like sexting, and like you're saying I'm a stalker, and people are like harassing the shit out of me and like doxing me, and like, you know, so that's basically what the context was. And that I was saying, like, you know, I mean, I'm not going to leak much, but I feel like I might have to leak some of our sexting or something to show people that like I'm not stalking you.
To defend yourself is what you're saying.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. The stuff Destiny was telling me of, oh, she just needs to be an adult and break it off, that sounds great on paper, and Anna to some degree acknowledges that. But you're also leading around while defaming her to thousands of people.
Call the situation like that I'm some manipulative, evil, abusive person. Maybe you could say I should have treated her like an actual child and said, no, don't do this anymore, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I mean, fuck. Like, these are all adults, and the worst thing that's happening is like people shitting on each other online. Like, this is retarded, I think. The only reason why people are trying to do this like Anna Voir situation where it is because they have this idea in mind of like, I'm like trying to lead her on privately in these crazy ways, and I'm like publicly lambasting her at the same time, and I'm playing this, I think Lav and Mr. Girl coined this concept of like, I get off on this sadistic abuse of women or whatever.
Yeah,
but like, that's not it. It's like, yeah, but it's like, if you look, there's like tons of relationships, friendships, like friends with benefits, whatever, situationships, where like people kind of like yo-yo back and forth at the end. Like they shit on each other, they get back together, they shit, whatever. It's like, it happens. It's not, who cares? Like,
okay,
none of this is that big of a deal. It's all like fucking retarded. Like, this is stupid. Like, I don't know. It's just dumb. And then people will say like that thing of like, you're sexing Anna and calling her like an abuser at the same time. Like, not really. There's like weeks plus between these events, because for like a whole like 6-month period, there was a time where like me and Anna were like friendly, and then she would go public, and then she'd go on her stream and she'd be like, I think that Steven is lying about me. And then we'd talk a little bit, and then we'd be friendly again. And then after like a few weeks, she'd be like, I think Steven lied about me. And it's just like, but it's her getting triggered by things in chat like over and over and over again. And people knew they could trigger her, so they would keep doing it. And then like, we did that pattern for like 6 to 12 months. It was fucking retarded.
But if she's crying,
yeah,
and at the same time you're sexting her.
I don't know if that ever happened at the same time. What do you mean by same time? These are like weeks. These incidents.
I got a chat that says, I know this is random, but have you heard the Schedule 1 being investigated for copyright from the creators of Drug Dealer Sim, which is completely, yeah, I know. I thought about covering that drama, but everyone's covering that drama. And it was just one of those things that it just is so dumb. The whole Schedule 1 thing is so fucking retarded. It's copyright shit always annoys the shit out of me, so it's always just like fucking like retards fighting over the dumbest shit, and it's like, well, this dick kind of looks like my dick, and I think that's copyright worthy. It's so dumb.
Are happening it's weeks
hard.
apart.
I don't know. I'm getting caught up a bit in this interview. Whether it's days or weeks doesn't matter. He's sexting her, telling her to deal with the slander, and then when she goes to post proof, he's threatening her with her nudes. Some of the time periods between them sexting and fighting was only 2 days. Anna wouldn't call the relationship abusive in her interview. She says that it was toxic and that Destiny was right in the sense that she couldn't just move on. I do
feel it's more toxic than abusive. I would say this isn't really like abusive as much as just fucking they're both Destiny is a toxic person person, she was getting toxic back, and it was just back and forth. I mean, yeah, you could probably push it to abuse if you really wanted to stretch the term, but I just see this as just a really toxic behavior from both sides.
People can self-reflect and take blame. Destiny doesn't do that with Anna. It seems like Destiny has a lot of scorned lovers that he then labels as crazy, but when talking to people outside of Anna, it just comes off as a bit silly to me. I talked to Lav, who straight up admits to spreading around revenge porn of Destiny on Discord.
I think it's funny that, like, the most disgusting guy online who, like, has tried to make my life a living hell for 2 years has, like, a disgustingness and it's leaked everywhere, right? So I was even like, you know, don't get caught leaking it. Like, but obviously it's advantageous if it gets leaked. Like, obviously I want bad things to happen to this guy. And then I made a screenshot of the screenshot, or sorry, I made the screenshot that Nico Sam sent me, like a grab of just the top of his foreskin, so that you couldn't tell if it was like, you couldn't tell what the picture was. My profile picture in a private Discord server. Now, there's like debate about like how private a Discord server is, right? It had maybe 20 active users, and none of them were like DGGers. It wasn't like a DGGer offshoot server. It was like, and I never said that it was like, I mean, my friends knew that it was Destiny because I told them that it was, but it wasn't like widely known that I was like leaking this, right? Nico Sam had told me that
I mean, that's still fucking cringe as shit, let's be honest. You literally like zoomed in on Destiny's penis and made it your profile picture. That's just the fucking most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life.
Peach had sent it to several people and that the sex tape was already leaked. So I just didn't, I did not think that, like, this was something that, like, he didn't want going around.
No, he probably loves that you shared that. Just call it implied consent. She wrote to me how Destiny would make her send her feet pics to get airtime on his stream, and how he made her out to be crazy and called her mid-Jew pussy. I've heard from multiple sources this Lav story. The only one on the record was Destiny, though. But he tells pretty much the same story, and it's hard for me to tell if this is a story of abuse or just two scorned ex-lovers. Kelly Jean is somebody that I've talked to, and she was very upset because you, in statements I asked about in my first video, you kind of like brought her in with Lav as somebody who was part of a Discord that shared your nudes. And now Kelly claims she wasn't ever part of this Discord, but Lav has very much admitted that she did engage with revenge porn of you. It is undeniable because she has bragged about it many times on camera. Even when I messaged Lav on my own, she was very upfront about it. Kelly says she wasn't. And
Kelly might have said she wasn't, but she knew about it for sure. She knew about all of it. And she remained friends with Lav and continued to chat with her throughout all of it. But, you know, just saying.
So I asked Kelly about this.
Wasn't in the Discord, so I don't...
Yeah, you're saying you weren't a part of any of that.
No, not even slightly. And the first time Destiny has alleged this was about 2 weeks ago, around the same time that he messaged you by the looks of it.
He followed up with him clarifying what he said about you. And he sort of changed his statement to be more of a guilt by association thing, claiming that you hung out with Lav a lot, who absolutely maliciously did do this.
So that's not true. The only place that I ever interacted with her is in Gisticle's Discord.
So you're not really friends with Lav, he's grouping you in unfairly.
No, I'm not. What I did say publicly quite a few times, and even recently probably, is I think Lav is great content, right? So I'll say like, I miss Lav, or I want Lav to be around because she's funny and she's not boring. But that has no indication on our closeness or friendship, right? Even if I was, like, what difference does that make? A lot of people are friends with Lav on Discord, including like a bunch of other orbiters, and like, who cares? It's like...
Well, I think the point he's trying to make is just some hypocrisy note, because there is a video that I see that is uploaded by a channel called Ryle Kitten House, where it's Lav bragging about sharing Destiny's penis around. Kelly never really responded to me pointing out the hypocrisy of it. She just says Lav was banned and unbanned and it became content.
I know that she got banned from Gisticle's Discord, and then there was like a rule in place. She came back, but it was under like the preface of you're not allowed to talk about this banned topic. And then, yeah, I think this is also on Ryle's YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it, but she was in like a bunch of calls like towards like the early part of last year where it did get brought up. And then they had this debate back and forth about whether his dick is ugly or not.
I have not watched that. This is such weirdo territory. Like, what's my take supposed to be? Lav's a hypocrite? Is Kelly supposed to be more mad at Lav? Am I supposed to say, Destiny, how dare you call Lav mid-Jew pussy? Did you call Lav mid-Jew pussy?
Yeah, I did. Fuck yeah, I did. Fuck that.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, the amount of unhinged shit that Destiny says, dude.
Oh, she killed herself.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, dude. Jesus, bro. Destiny just steady be saying unhinged shit.
Is there a thing where Lav wouldn't sleep with you, so you decided to start like a crusade against her where you talk shit about her and are negative towards her?
All right, so listen up. State Farm.
I mean, I don't. Here's the thing. I almost want to believe that Destiny would 100% start a crusade because somebody wouldn't want to sleep with him. It just is such a Destiny move at this point that. And he's obviously going to say no or some shit, but I don't know, dude. There's so many moving parts in this.
No.
Is that a yes?
I said no.
Okay, but then he tells their story of them hooking up and they're falling out, which I end up hearing from like 3 other people. I just don't think any of this is that important.
And we just like chatted a bit on Instagram. And then eventually we chatted a bit on text. I don't think it was ever really sexual.
We
It was
got
just, like
to that
somebody to
point
chat
yet.
with. I think at some point we make plans to like hang out in real life, with the implication being where so we get to a point to where she wants to go to a hotel. I think I fly to California. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I'm kind of tired though. I don't know. She's like, oh, let's go to a gas station. We get a Red Bull. It's cool. It's whatever. It's like, okay, whatever. Go to a gas station. I grab Red Bull. She's whatever. Eventually we get to a hotel room. I'm like, just because you know, like obviously none of that affects this. Like I don't care about any of that or whatever. Just
Bro, Destiny is the king of fucking yapping in circles, bro.
It's like I wanted to clear the air there. And then she messages me back jokingly and she's like, oh, I thought I had to fuck you to come on. Ha 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 ha. And I was like, okay, whatever. So like we had that conversation. But she says later on with Mr. Girl, she's like, the only reason Steven sent me that message was so that it seemed like it was okay while he was secretly manipulating me. That's just been their thing for like 3 years. And that's like the abridged version of our time together.
When I told Destiny, if you have one crazy ex, that means you have a crazy ex, but if all your exes are crazy, that means you're the problem, he responded with, yeah, I know it seems like all of my exes, but I bang so many women, in reality it's actually a tiny percentage. What it feels like you are implying at times is like, look, I've hooked up with a ton of girls, and most of them there is no problem is all. Is that...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, is there like a... Dude, this is so... that I'm even asking this. Is there... What is the percentage of girls, I guess is what I'm asking right now, that are fucking butthurt as opposed to go on, fine, they're like, yeah, I hooked up with Destiny, no big deal. I'm laughing because it's a ridiculous question, but it's genuinely his defense. Because obviously those girls are never going to complain. We aren't ever going to know Destiny hooked up with them.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like 1 to 2%. I don't know, like that's. But every single person that has problems with me,
so you're hooking up with like, that many girls, though, is what you're saying. You're all the time.
Listen, okay. The past year and a half, I've slowed down considerably. Okay.
Because of the Vivants?
Yeah, kind of. People like presented this as like some weird thing that like, oh, I took vitamins and killed my sex drive. It wasn't that. It's just that I took it. I'm like way more focused on work.
I guess that makes sense if the numbers are truly that high. Forget if anyone's crazy. I'm passing the ball to other content creators on that. I just want to focus on the allegations. The allegations from Cherry about Destiny secretly recording her had some doubts behind them because nobody had seen the recording. He claims he had consent to record. She said she didn't. We need the courts to figure that part out. So I asked Cherry if I could get a copy of the police report she filed because that would at least prove that something exists. She said no because she didn't want to risk getting doxxed. But now we don't need that because the recording was recently posted to Kiwi Farm. Kelly Jean sent it to me and it opens up with Destiny starting the recording, putting the phone somewhere, and then sitting next to her on the bed.
How's it going?
Bro, this does not sound like she would be aware of this, but I guess we don't know for sure. Now, during our interview, he kept the Cherry stuff off the record, but this recording came out afterwards, and when I asked him about it, he gave me a response, but never a straight answer on whether or not he had consent to record it, saying, no, WTF, we were in my apartment the entire time. She was literally staying over. I asked, is there a reason why you would be recording in your pocket with Cherry? He responds, I never was, LOL. The phone was sitting on the bed or on the nightstand.
Well, that's not a fucking answer, bro. You little... Dude, this is what dude, how many fucking times do I have to say it? Destiny is just fucking, like, skirting. He's just over here, like, skirt, like, going on. Well, it wasn't in my pocket. That's what I'm gonna say. This is, like, Destiny's fucking entire debate, bro, persona, is I'm going to find one thing that I disagree with, hark on that so fucking hard that it's hitting the back of my throat, and I'm coughing up cum, and I'm not gonna actually, address the more important points.
Doesn't answer anything. Do you have consent or not? We're just gonna have to wait and see if the police report turns into anything, because he won't say, which, you know, fair enough. I did find it interesting, though, that when I asked Anna if she ever received nudes of other girls, she said yes. Have you ever been sent videos of him and other people where they didn't consent to the videos?
So I've been sent videos. I have no way of knowing if they were consensually, like, recorded or sent.
Can you say who was in them?
Sorry?
Can you say who was in them?
I didn't know the people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I saw faces, but, like, I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, I have no idea who it is.
Yeah, and so, like, when this stuff came out, I was kind of like, oh shit. Uh-oh. That means that, what if they, like, didn't consent to that being sent? Yeah. So that was a little disturbing, of course, to realize. Yeah, and I mean, I came out, like, kind of supporting Pixie and like, and Cherry, of course.
Were any of those girls... Well, I guess you wouldn't know if it's Pixie or not, right? I don't know if the... I have no idea.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I got anything about, like, from any of Pixie's stuff, basically.
At this point, even our grandma is using PyAdBlock.
I mean, the big problem is that Destiny just never addresses the actual issues. He skirts around them, and that's the problem with this whole thing, and that's why the waters get so muddy, is because we can get accounts from these where they don't really know. They just can take Destiny's word for it, and then Destiny will just fucking word salad or avoid the points entirely, or lie about them, and it's just a mess.
Because, like I said, I didn't know who they were.
And that just makes me wonder, was this actual consent or more of that implied consent? When Destiny was going through the Anna drama, he'd tell people to go talk about it on her Kiwi Farms. Her Kiwi Farms thread also hosted her docs. And Ryan Beard made the point that sending people to her Kiwi Farms is effectively just spreading her docs.
And he encouraged them to post in her thread.
Oh, okay. Also, heads up. This is my only non-media blackout time, okay? This is my only non-media blackout time. I will immediately back this, okay? Somebody on Kiwi Farms has made a thread of Anna. So if you are obsessed with Anna and you want to talk about her all the time, you, chatter, you can actually go to Kiwi Farms and you can go and post all you want, read all you want. Go there, post about it, talk about it. People put a lot of effort into categorizing and archiving everything. There you go, okay?
And in the thread about Anna that Destiny encouraged his fans to go message, they doxed Anna. In response to this, Anna texted Destiny, "You literally ruined my fucking life. You just doxed me on your stream. You put me in danger." And Destiny responded to this by saying, "You're doing it to yourself and you're going to keep doing it to yourself."
And recently, Destiny has also called for the docs of some of his biggest detractors. He asked, is Queeman's full docs public yet? At another time, he was calling for J-stalks.
It's how many people around this person can we harass, or can we dox or SWAT or whatever, and like that's just the goal for all of it. It's pretty cringe, it's pretty gross. I expect the behavior from Kiwi Farms. It is what it is. Like I said, communities like that will always exist, but it's really gross when people like Gisticle, whose information I hope I can find soon, are like trying to amplify or put a magnifying glass on info over there and then have it spread into the other world. That's just wild to me.
So I asked Destiny about it, and this is what he said. People accusing you of doxing, right? Because you're referring to Kiwi Farms. Ryan did this with Anna, and then J-Stalk is doing this. Queeman is sort of doing this where there's DMs about you saying like, hey, I wish this person, has this person been doxxed yet?
Yeah, for Anna, that's bullshit. For Jessica and Queeman, I'd kill him if I could. I'd choke the fucking house and do it. But not for Anna, no.
We'll get back to the death threat in a minute. I just want to address Anna's point of view. And it's you saying like, you doxed me on your stream because your dox was on Kiwi Farms, allegedly. Is that true?
Yes. Yeah.
You ruined my life, right? So do you think what he did there was him maliciously doxing you?
I think it was malicious because, again, we were having a fight. It was over. I don't remember what the hell it was over.
Yeah, one in a dozen, huh? Between you two.
Yeah. So the source of our, well, first, like, yeah, I do think it was malicious because he was pretty angry with me at that time. And yeah, he basically said, like, go to her Kiwi Farms page, specifically page 4 or whatever, which was where my docs was. And yeah, so I was
Did he
very
give a page number?
upset about that. I think he did.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not sure. Either way, I felt like, oh my God, this is basically doxing me. What the hell?
Yeah.
Because he told people to like go there and talk about me and stuff like that, make accounts, things like that. And yeah, I felt
Which, by the way, Destiny has done this to people before in the past, so this isn't like out of the realm of possibility for Destiny and everything. Destiny does this shit where he'll have his community be the fucking villains and not himself. He has the DGGers do this shit all the time. It's such fucking dirty, conniving bullshit, but then he'll get mad at other communities for doing this shit, which none of them should be doing this shit to begin with.
Obviously, when I asked him about this, framed it in a not a malicious way, but
interesting.
whether he's naming the page number or not, which is obviously he's framing it as not malicious, but if your docs is on there and everything, well,
yeah, I mean,
it comes off that way. It feels that way. And I would interpret it that way myself.
Yeah, especially since we were literally still sexting at that time.
According to alleged text messages only 2 days before. And it's not just me who interprets it that way. Destiny interprets it that way. J-Stalk and Queeman sending people to his Kiwi Farms is why he wants them dead.
I'd kill him if I could. I'd choke the fucking house and do it.
I shared that clip of the interview at the end of my I'm Alex video. And this is how Destiny justified it when he was asked about it on stream.
If you were like obsessively posting and directing people towards doxes of me, my family members, and all this shit, I have no care in the world for you. I will never have any care in the world for you. And I will gladly and fully admit that. I don't know what you want me to say.
That's the exact same reason Anna was upset with you, but you called her a liar. I'll play his justification anyway. She says like, hey, this ruined my life or whatever. Steven, you ruined my life.
She's lying when she said that. That's bullshit. But what happened was, again, the pattern with Anna was if anybody would bring up anything about her that she felt was wrong, she had to go live and correct the record. And the frustrating thing for me, and I'm sure you've seen this happening right now, is what people will do is people will pretend that they're not getting info off of Kiwi Farms, but what they do is they get info right off Kiwi Farms and then they chat about it in Discord or they talk about it in my chat. So I was getting frustrated and I told my chat, I was like, listen, if you guys want to talk about it, go get Kiwi Farms, whatever, get the fuck out of my chat, don't talk about it there.
That was not an effort to dox her is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, what the fuck? Like, why would I even want to do that? Like, what am I, want somebody to kill her or what? Like, that's hard. I do want somebody to kill Jistical, though, or Lav, or Mr. Girl, or Queeman. Those people can all die. But not Anna, no.
Since you do want these fucking people to die and they fucking suck or whatever, according to you. I mean, I think they're fucking annoying, too. When you're...
Jesus, dude, fucking Destiny has no holds, no bar, dude. Just kill them all. Fucking get the gulag out. Get the fucking trebuchet. We're gonna launch him out of the trebuchet into a spike pit. The spike pit will then be the pit of my enemies, and I will come on them. Well, I fucking film it and send it to everybody, and all their naked bodies will be down in the pit of death.
Saying these things, it is with malicious intent. You just genuinely don't care. Like, fuck them.
Yeah, not for Anna. That wasn't the case for Anna. People were already going to her thread and they were bringing stuff from her thread into my chat. And I was like, listen, if you want to talk about it, like, it's not like her thread was unknown and then I all of a sudden publicized it. It was that people were going to that thread and then talking about it in my chat. I was like, listen, go to Kiwi Farms, talk about it. Don't talk about it in my chat. Because if you say it in my chat, she's going to see it and then she's going to want to correct the record on it. And I don't want to be part of this bullshit. It's fucking driving me crazy. Yeah.
But with J-Stalk and Queeman,
the reason why I hate these people is because they're taking part in this thing. Bro, I swear to God, if I quit streaming, I'm going to fucking go on an assassination mission, okay? These people are going to start disappearing one at a time, okay? The thing that it's disgusting to me is that because they don't get a rise out of me and they don't get a reaction out of me, they start targeting every single person around me. Blavs, if you go onto my Kiwi Farms thread and you look at, there's like 15 different sock puppet accounts that are all this guy. He is saying it explicitly. He will say, I am doxing this girl because she's still with Destiny. I'm doxing this person because he's nice citizen. They did it with Tom. Did you ever see? I saw a screenshot where they did it with Tom where they're like, oh, why is Tom saying this? Does anybody have
Tom?
No. Tom is in
Tomfoolery?
Tomfoolery. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Wait, here.
I don't. I'm not.
Okay,
I don't know.
Hillary
that
tweeted
site
one
very
critical
well.
question one time about like that rape narrative about me or the crazy narrative. This Stranger Me guy, that's Stranger Me is a blav. Like, look at that response because he tweeted one thing where he was asking a question, right? And then look at what his response is. That guy, that Stranger Me guy, that's blav. He's doxed like 20 people in my life. Yes. He doxed Zoe and Jacob. They know it. I got DMs from Zoe where her and Jacob quit the whole internet because they were so terrified of him. He's doxed my girlfriend.
Again, dude, I don't like doxing whatsoever, but I feel like Destiny kind of puts like a light front up. He puts when it's his friends, he gets really mad, but when it's not his friends, he laughs about it and chuckles it up, and his GGGers fucking rally behind him. That's the problem. Is it's kind of a rules for thee and not for me situation.
Probably like in the past like 20 pages, he'll like redox her like every few weeks when he's bored.
Bro,
he's
this
supposed to
guy's
dox my
saying
family.
Willie
Like,
is a competition for biggest footsie retard. Come on, dog.
yes, but he's saying that because you won't come out and post a video like unequivocally calling me like a mass. This is what they do. So whatever like you're working on right now is a waste of time because if you post this, you're gonna have Hasan's community, you're gonna have these people on. That's fine, but you say that now, but it'll turn into them going after you, and then they'll try to dox you or your girlfriend, or they'll go after your family, or they'll go after friends of yours, or they'll go after other people in the commentary community until they make videos about you. Like this is like the pattern. It is so fucking irritating. That's why people like Gisticle and Queeman, if I could, I would put their balls in a vice and crush them, and then slice them off, and then feed them to them, and then slice them and kill them. Okay. Them because they're amplifying all this shit and they're knowingly playing a part of it. They know what's going on, but like Kelly Jean, dude, I can send you like 50 like there are so many albums of them just constantly talking shit about me, talking about my dick, talking about my girlfriend, talking about my kid, like constantly. It never ends. It's never ending. Constantly talking about me, constantly talking about my girlfriend, and half the shit talking about is just stuff that's they're like getting off of like Kiwi Farms and just discussing it like in their servers.
Poor Hannah gets no grace for going through the exact problem that Destiny's complaining about. As far as the messages Destiny sent me, yeah, people are talking about him a lot.
Again, dude, it's always rules for me and not for thee with all of these fucking like debate bro retards on the internet.
I'm sure it's annoying, but so what? This is how the internet works. I hate doxing on the internet. It is the worst part of Kiwi Farms because doxing is when online hate becomes offline hate. It starts affecting people's real life, allowing unhinged individuals to then swat them. People have died from this, but he is being completely unsympathetic towards Anna, who had the same complaints about him, and now he wants to be the doxer. Breaking, it's Saturday, I'm in the middle of editing, but I've just been made aware of Destiny addressing this exact argument I'm making, and I think it's important to let you hear.
Destiny's mad because people are linking to his Kiwi Farms. Destiny's mad about that, but he linked to Anna's Kiwi Farms, right? Well, if you look at the two differences in context here, it's not even remotely the same. There was a Kiwi Farms thread that was posted, and everybody kept basically doing what Gisticle servers doing, where they would link it in my chat, like, oh my God, did you say this, did you say that? And I think I said something on stream to the effect of, listen, if you want to talk about her, go to our KF thread and talk about her. Don't do it here. I don't want to see this here. This isn't going to be talked about here. Get out, okay? That was my statement on it. They're trying to pretend like that statement is the same as the 50 extra discords and the room that, Gisticle has, where they explicitly talk about all of my stuff on there over and over and over again, and they're linking to it and they're referencing it and talking about it constantly. It's clearly not the same thing. Like if Gisticle or any of those side servers made the same statement about me that I made about Anna, I would be totally fine with that. If they were like, listen, guys, we're not going to talk about their personal shit anymore. If you want to talk about it, or like their docs or whatever, if you want to talk about it, then go to KF and talk about it. I'd be totally fine with that.
But here's the difference. Anna's story isn't breaking from Kiwi Farms, it's breaking from Anna's and Destiny's stream. Meanwhile, the sources from the Destiny drama come from Kiwi Farms. They kind of have to reference it to some degree. I mean, would any reasonable person say that I doxed Keffels because I referenced her Kiwi Farms? Absolutely not. I'm not set on this opinion. It's probably a case-by-case basis, and I don't know everything J-Stalk or Queeman have said, so I could probably be persuaded depending on the circumstances. Let me know what you guys think. Destiny sent me a message implying that he wanted to use these doxes to sue J-Stalk and Queeman. I guess that's better than posting them publicly.
You said J-Stalk has greenlit everything coming from Kiwi Farms, which includes doxes of everyone around you. And they're now proceeding to harass you. You said you have a girlfriend, right? I mean, I know that you probably want to keep that private, maybe. I don't know, people know you.
Well,
have
it's
a
not
girlfriend.
because it's everybody points to Kiwi Farms where they're doxing her constantly. So,
Um,
and Kelly Jean is also like bringing up things on Kiwi Farms about her, and she's posting about those things. It might even be one of the albums I sent you in like Gisticle's Discord, and everybody knows it's coming from Kiwi Farms.
I mean, so far this is just fucking all over the place. I feel like there's no. This is the problem with this being labeled as a content cop, and I'm gonna say this before we get any, because there's about 18 minutes left, and I'm kind of disappointed with Willie Mack here. I mean, yes, it is. This is more Destiny Responds, right? This is more Destiny Responds or my Destiny interview. This isn't a content cop, bro. This is what I'm very disappointed that I'm reacting, and commentating on this, because I feel like we're all over the place. We're all in the weeds everywhere. Everything is, this could be here or this could be here. And it's not just hard hitting, like this is what he did wrong. This is why he did wrong. Like, it's just like, Destiny talking in circles. He pulls somebody other example. They say this. Destiny kind of proves them right, but then avoids the situation entirely. Everyone involved is being fucking cum falcons, and it's not a good content cop. I hate that he titled this video that. No, I fucking forgot to mute it, dude. It's so stupid, bro.
To me, you said, if I'm after any information regarding JStock, that's for my own purposes. Are you going to sue JStock? Are you looking into that option?
I'd like to keep that option open. It'd be nice to have that option.
Okay.
It's either that or he's actually going to murder them. One or the other.
Oh, I did troll the shit out of the DDoS kid. That's a guy, that's one of the people, like, legitimately, like, you have no, like, it's actually kind of scary, like, how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. Or it would have been...
Jesus Christ, bro's always saying shit about killing people, bro. Now, I know he's joking. I get he's joking, but dear God, is his solution just like, dude, we should fucking kill him. We should kill them all. Fuck these guys. I don't like them. Murder them all, dude. Everything about Destiny is fucking murder everybody. Like, I get that I say cum jokes a lot, but I'm not out here like, oh, dude, you should like tie Destiny up by his fucking testicles and beat him to death with bats. Like, Jesus, bro. Everything is let's murder everybody.
It would have just been him and his father. Because I didn't know anything about it. Dude, that was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it. But I was making so much money on Twitch, and I don't know if Nathan was involved in yet, but for whatever reason, I decided that the current life I have...
Because I was making so much money, I decided not to kill this guy. Am I joking? You'll never know, but I just wanted him fucking murdered. I wanted him murdered. I would have paid to have him murdered. That's a super rational thing that anybody would say ever. What the fuck?
It wasn't worth the risk of... Oh my god. I was so close to this dress. I had fucking streets mapped out and you had no...
Okay, this isn't a joke anymore. This is just fucking unhinged. This is like disgustingly unhinged, bro. Like, what? And people like all the time talk like there was people that actually were like talking about how it would be good for like how Destiny could get like a real politician, like the Democrats could win if they got Destiny to run their campaign, bro. I wouldn't want you fucking anywhere near my shit, because first question would be asked, didn't the guy running your campaign like celebrate that firefighter dying at the Trump rally? And they're like, well, but Nancy Pelosi's husband, well, didn't he have like plans to murder somebody and decided not to because he was making so much money? Well, it was a joke. What about the time that he got mad at people for his sex drama, his sex scandal, and just kept threatening to kill him? Well, those were jokes too. It's just endless, bro. This dude's endlessly digging his own grave. And, like, again, if he was just like a fucking hee-haw, I'm an asshole jokey guy, that's fine, but he tries to take himself seriously as a political pundit. I mean, he's put on shit all the time. Like, he's always on Piers Morgan. He's always on those fucking, like, gay-ass Jubilee or whatever they're called shits. It's always like people try to take him serious as a political pundit, and it's like, you can't take this fucking guy seriously. He's a fucking unhinged schizo, just like fucking half of the like again, dude. I would never want to have Steven Crowder to be my fucking like my campaign manager, because the dude said so much unhinged shit.
Idea. That's when I first started getting an interest in like owning a weapon. I got a permit to own a gun and everything.
A toast to the... What the? So he... Bro's like, I got a gun because I was planning on murdering somebody.
Bad guy with bad bitches, the bad times will pass by.
These are just some other things from my journey that I found interesting. Denims threw herself in is one of the victims who was secretly recorded.
Like he has so many victims and he has done this same shtick over and over and over again.
But I mean, it's Denims. Okay, so everybody else, like, I could give a little bit more faith to the person than Destiny because Destiny was talking in like 87 circles. But Denims, like, lies for a living. That's her whole fucking platform is I'm gonna lie as much as possible. So I don't know if I can believe anything this dumb bitch says.
Where he reaches out, or other women reach out to him who are 18 or 19 or 20. And
oh no, above the legal age.
He does the same song and dance where he tries to use and abuse them and then discard them when it's no longer relevant or useful for him. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of not having had sex with him. And after that point, he decided to just do a full smear campaign on me.
Dude, you don't need that to do a smear campaign on you. Just this is one of those things where if you just let her talk, she will smear herself. It's Operation Let This Dumb Thought Talk, and she will look like a dumbass.
And threatened to leak non-sexual, in this case, I feel like it's important to recognize that, illegal recordings of me. We had a conversation and he recorded it in California, which is a two-party consent state, which you cannot record people without their consent. Since that moment, I basically didn't talk about him at all because, like I said, he is a black hole. He's a cynical piece of shit black hole whose only goal is to sexually abuse.
This is what we call retards fighting. Two black holes hit each other and consume everything around them. Two fucking disingenuous pieces of shit. Like, this is the thing. I don't even know if I can believe her. Like, she lies so much that it's the same thing with Destiny. Like, this is the problem with me being able to take Destiny's statements at face value throughout this entire video, because he talks around the issue so much that I don't think I can believe him. He hasn't given me enough reasons to find him having good faith arguments to where I can say, oh yeah, I take his side of the story as the correct side. And it's like Denims is the same way.
Women.
I saw this and was like, man, Destiny must have really victimized her in some way if she's talking like this. So I asked Destiny, and he says that Denim stayed in his apartment for 2 days banging a dude without his knowledge.
However, one weird thing happened where 2 days before TwitchCon ends, okay, Denims, all right, she said that she had to catch a ride back to LA early, and only one guy could give her a ride back, okay? Are you following me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to be polite, and because I'm mindful of, like, I don't want some girl getting, like, trapped and raped or whatever, I told Denims, I was like, okay, yeah, no problem, that's fine or whatever. However, like, if you need to, like, use my apartment because you need, like, a place to stay so you're not, like, trapped with some random dude or whatever, like, here's how to get into my apartment, just so you know. She's like, okay, thanks. 2 days later, me, Melina, and I think Katerino or whatever, we end up, like, driving back to LA, pull into my apartment, it's in Glendale, go upstairs, open my apartment door, and then in my loft, up pops Denim's head and the guy. And I realized that Denim's and the guy had just spent the last 2 days in my fucking apartment with my computer on, like, and all my shit. I'm like, what the this was incredibly weird to me. I don't know why she thought I would have been okay with that. It was so dramatic. I sat them both down. I was like, listen, okay, this is all too much, too dramatic, too weird. Like, I don't want anything to do with either of you guys. This is like crazy shit. This has gotten like way too wacky. They both acknowledged that they had both been like unhinged and crazy, and they understood and blah, blah, blah. And then after that, like, we like all kind of went our separate ways. Now, I did record that conversation because the big fear I had, and this happened 2 days later, Denims goes online with her new guy friend, and she's like, Steven kicked me out because I wouldn't fuck him.
And that's pretty much what she's claiming now. So when Destiny offered me the recording, I took it, I listened to it, and he's right. She's just lying about the whole thing.
Wow, what a fucking shocker. Denims lied about everything. Again, dude, Denims doesn't have a genuine fucking bone in her body. She's a disgusting fucking troglodyte wench monster. She wakes up every morning, crawls out of the sewer, looks for kids to fucking suck their soul out of. She is a demon cum goblin, fucking cum falcon monster, and shouldn't, anything she says, you, like I said, I fucking take everything Steven says with a grain of salt. Denims, I just don't believe it because she lies about everything.
In the apartment?
Fuck no.
Really?
Fuck no.
Why was I not told that he was not allowed to be in the apartment?
Because I wouldn't assume you would bring a stranger into my apartment without asking me. When I volunteers to drive you back, I don't know how you feel 100% because you don't talk about any of this stuff, which is fine. So like, if you're like in an awkward situation, right? I'm trying to be a good guy and give you a way out. Like, hey, well, my apartment is open if you want to go in. So that gives you the ability to either say like, oh no, it's okay, I'll go with, or okay, thanks for offering, I'll go to your apartment. That wasn't like bring into my apartment for him to have free reign in here for a day.
Okay,
Holy shit. That is so fucking weird. And not only that, but you couldn't even lie about it correctly. You told 3 different lies to different people. You told Melina, I would never and I got into
that. I never said that.
You did. I looked at the text.
It
You
was
did.
OMFG, no.
Yes.
It was
So
not you,
okay,
whatever.
OMFG no. So I come home and you're both still here. Why? Why would you put me in this weird spot where I have to come home and see an incredibly creepy fucking guy that is such a weird position in my community that's been trying to get me to stop talking to my ex-girlfriend because he's trying so hard to f her, is now f***ing somebody else in my bed, dragging his
Jesus Christ, this is so. Oh, fuck.
University instructor.
Fuck, I accidentally hit the back button. But this is so fucking weird, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, that's so fucking weird, bro.
hairy balls across my f***ing blankets, okay? Oh my god. And so we leave for an hour. It's like, holy shit, that's weird. So we leave for an hour and come back and you're both still there. Oh god. I don't know if he's like, I need to get like a few more logs or pictures off of Destiny's computer. Holy shit. I don't think I've ever had somebody fuck me that hard where I've tried to like offer somebody to somebody in my entire life. I don't think I've ever been like so f***ing burned on something before. Holy shit.
Destiny kicks her out of the house, and before she goes, she says, I thought it was okay because I thought this weirdo guy changed for the better, completely missing the point for why he didn't like her there.
At this point, I'm like, I thought I was a pretty good judge of character, so now I'm like, am I a really bad judge of character? Has he changed since the last time he's been in your community? Is everything that, I've been told, fake or something? And it's, really, fucking with me because, generally speaking, I have a relatively good read on people, so, I don't know, this,
I don't know.
Denham's trying to throw herself in with these victims is so disgusting. She sees all these alleged victims and she goes, I want to be one of them. Let me hide behind California law so he can't prove me wrong. It had nothing to do with hooking up with Destiny. She lies with a smile. I also want to address one particular guy who's determined that I can't.
I am gonna put a thing in here. How are you able to put this this recording in the video if it's still against California law? Like, if he still recorded it against the law, isn't it still, the fact that he has it in this video, isn't that breaking the law somewhere? I don't know. You'll have to let me know in the comments below what the ramifications of are that, but it's kind of weird that Destiny couldn't leak it, but now he's putting this in this video.
Upload this video until I respond to him. Well, I worked hard on this video, so I better get to it. It's called Willie Mack, PR for a Predator. He's mad at me for interviewing Destiny as if I'm somehow giving Destiny clout.
So Willie Mack is choosing to platform a violent psychopathic criminal who wants other creators doxxed and murdered and is laughing about it on Twitter. These two are so unlikable, referring to the people Destiny doxed and wants dead, even when they're being threatened with their dox. Notice how he doesn't mention the death threats. I can't help but notice how big off losers they are. Lol.
He wants me to pearl clutch over Destiny's violent remarks, where in the tweet I'm quoting, Queeman is making violent remarks towards another Twitter account who simply posted my content.
Curiously,
so
only
this guy's
once
like a
Jews
pathetic,
killed.
cocksucking hack loser, right? He needs to be like absolutely kicked into the dirt.
I think he just hates Hasan. But
This
I
guy
mean,
needs to
yeah,
be
if you,
stomped into the fucking dirt. This guy.
if you
is
want to say that.
filth.
These guys say violent things just like Destiny. They were
Well, again, dude, I have no problem saying this shit. I just think it's funny, right? Like, this is, like, to contextualize kind of why I make fun of, like, Destiny for saying this violent shit is because him and his audience take him as a serious political figure, right? They take him as somebody who's, like, relatively sound mind, who's, like, somebody that should be, like, looked up to and modeled after, and it's like, bro, he's fucking unhinged. Do you not see how unhinged he is? Like, I can get that you can think he's funny because, like, the shit is genuinely funny, but to say that he's not unhinged is like completely incorrect. It's completely fucking incorrect.
Huge fans of him up until recently. I don't feel like anyone's in any actual danger, but if they feel like they are, they should thank me for giving them the warning and call the cops. He says I'm downplaying Destiny's crimes for predicting that his career won't end over this.
You're totally right, but I've never seen someone's career end over some shit like this.
There's Willie Mac downplaying Destiny's crimes, who gets interrupted by Nicholas Diorio, commentary's top janitor. Diorio downplays Willie's downplaying of Destiny's crimes, then makes sure that optically they're shitting on Destiny hard enough.
Destiny's videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views. He's streaming live to over 30,000 people. Why is—
Fuck, dude, I gotta piss. Give me a half second. If I held that in anymore, dude, I would have fucking exploded, and my house would look like R. Kelly's fucking sex dungeon, bro. I tried my best to not go pee, bro. I was like holding it in. My bladder was fucking just stretching more than fucking denim stretches the fucking truth.
Is me being factually correct about how this will affect his career, downplaying what he did. I think the bigger problem is when people like this guy equate what Destiny did to Jeffrey Epstein.
Especially when we're talking about a guy—
That is a bit of a fucking stretch. I think this makes Destiny look like a massive hypocrite, a scumbag, gross. I think his willingness to just fucking use his debate tactics to talk and try to circumnavigate every bit of accountability makes him look like a fucking idiot. But he's not up here like, he's not the fucking giant P. Diddy goon monster they're saying he is. I mean, this is just, is what he did wrong? Abso-fucking-lutely. And I think that this is going all into the sticks over everything. It's all over the fucking place, this entire video. But I think that the important part is, he fucked up. He rightfully, I think he deserves to get sued. He's going, and if he loses, it's just gonna make him look like more of a massive piece of shit. But I don't think that this is the fucking endless, I have 80 women in my basement thing. Like, I make a lot of jokes about Destiny's house just being full of cameras and microphones so that he can record any woman that walks in, old Chuck Berry bathroom, but I don't think it's actually that bad. I think it is bad, but like, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he's on the same level as a lot of these fucking monsters out there.
With the nickname Epstein.
Or when J-Stock says Destiny has created a rape machine.
I think one of the a massive talking point here is the infinite rape machine, okay? How does the infinite rape machine work?
You guys make what Destiny actually did wrong seem not that bad, because Destiny didn't rape anybody, he didn't traffic anyone. He broke people's trust who were intimate with him so he could sex the 19-year-old e-girl, leading to these people's images being forever cemented online. Their employers, their kids, their family members can be harassed forever now. That should be enough to hold him to the fire. But the minute you make it about rape, people go, huh? He raped someone?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is 100% factual. I 100% agree with Willie Mack here. I do think a lot of these people kind of like go into this with a lot of these guys stayed away from this drama and like tried to avoid it because Destiny had really good faith with the commentary community, and they weren't willing to call him out on his bullshit the same way they were willing to call Hasan and all these other fucking idiots, because of the fact that he was like their friend. And I always thought that was cringy, because fucking Destiny could get out there, just go unhinged on Twitter, and they wouldn't say shit about it. Well, I think Turkey Tom would say something, but he would put it in like the context of kind of like glazing him. They were always like, felt like they were playing defense for Destiny, which I always found kind of cringe, when he is such an easily criticizable person.
Oh no, he didn't. He sent nudes. Oh, well then, who cares? You also risk getting sued for calling it rape, but that's just me sweeping, I guess. Common sense is sweeping. He says I shouldn't reach out to Destiny for comment.
Reaching out for comment can be helpful sometimes. However, it is not the ultimate journalistic tool, especially when we're talking about a guy with the nickname Epstein. You shouldn't reach out to Destiny for interview on his crimes for the same reason you shouldn't platform and befriend someone like Mr.
That's wrong. That's just wrong. I'm sorry, if you want to actually be fair to the entire situation, if you want to get all the fucking information you possibly can, you 100% can have people that are kind of or extremely controversial on your show if you're willing to ask them hard-hitting and critical questions. It's so funny that a lot of these people are willing to downplay and like look at the fact that Hasan had an actual fucking Houthi terrorist on his fucking show, and the guy guise of journalism. But when Willie Mack or these other people have Destiny on, ask him about all of his shit. They're not glazing him. They're just like asking him the questions about the drama. And a lot of this video has framed Destiny in a very bad light. And the fact that they're willing to actually do the interviews, to actually put the work in, shows more than just, oh, well, you can't platform them, because all that does is make it so you can say whatever the fuck you want without actually ever proving yourself wrong.
Girl. It doesn't really matter if you speak out against touching kids and violence, if you befriend and platform people who advocate for such things. You are giving them an opportunity to downplay and normalize their behavior, maybe even make it look cool.
I am investigating a story, reaching out to people to get more information, again, is common sense. If I didn't do that, I'd be no better than President Sunday and Beckett, who didn't reach out to Pixie. Sunday proceeded to slander her horribly because he fundamentally misunderstood the story. Both wound up getting their videos cited in her court document. Quote, the videos include screenshots of private messages of Pixie discussing the situation with friends, and claims that Pixie took hush money, only cares about money, and doesn't care about the other victims of the defendant. All of this is false. That's why it's important to reach out. You saying that I'm irresponsible?
Absolutely. This is so important. And this is why I don't like a lot of people anymore. They talk about it like they're actual fucking they're actual researchers. They act like they're actual journalists, but they don't actually investigate anything. They just fucking suck up whatever propaganda they believe in at the time and then act like they're a reliable source. This is my problem with like 90% of these fucking talking heads on the internet, is they refuse to reach out to anybody. Like, for example, if I'm making a video, right, and I think that it would be beneficial to get some background information, I don't just make the shit up. I don't just look it up on fucking sneezemypickle.com. I try to reach out to somebody that was involved, right? I try to reach out to like a developer or whatever. Usually when context of that is when I'm making like a video game review or like one of my video game breakdowns and I'm curious about an aspect. I don't just like fucking make up what I want to believe unless I preface it like, this is what I think is going on. And it's just so dumb. This is also dumb. If I can take the minuscule effort, like one time I absolutely wanted to get some information I made this Deadpool video, which did terrible, but I made a video on the Deadpool video game. I wanted to get information on how they went about the game. I wanted to get a lot more critical context, and I went through like 80,000 hoops trying to find the lead director for that game. I ended up finding him. I reached out. He didn't want to. He didn't want to leave, or didn't want to have any correspondence with it. So that was the end of it. But I put myself through it was like 2 hours of research trying to find this guy, because he didn't have like I had to find him off of like some obscure fucking app and that he utilized, and he didn't want to do questions, so I didn't move on from there. It's one of those things that you have to put in the work, you have to put in the research when you're talking about this shit. Like, if you want to, like, if you're trying to be objective about the situation, you have to hear both sides. You have to get the context, get everything, match it with the evidence, and then make the decision. You can't just say, I hate this guy, therefore he's always wrong. I know I did that with Denims, but it was a pattern of behavior. It's the same reason why I can look at Destiny and say he's going to talk around situations, is because it's a pattern of behavior lining up.
Platforming Destiny is ridiculous because this video isn't even out yet. You don't even know how it's gonna end up. You know who's not mad at me? Any of the victims or Pixie. I've been talking to her side as well, and I'm going to have an on-the-record conversation with her and her legal team in the future. There are people that are so obsessively mad at Destiny, they'd rather me not do a good job when making a video. It's very odd to me.
I'm going to go through a few other clips and then start asking Willie some pointed questions. Knowing the commentary community, they will never be answered.
Well, it's your lucky day.
1. How much and what kind of input did Destiny have on Willie Mack's video on Destiny? Has Destiny had input on Willie Mack's other videos?
Destiny has no input on anything I do. Do you think he likes that I'm dragging out this career-defining drama another month? I showed up on one podcast and people think I'm an industry plant. I don't know how to battle this level of delusion.
2. In the initial video, were there parts of the conversation between Destiny and Willie that were left out in an attempt to hide Destiny's influence on the video, particularly in regards to President Sunday and Beckett?
Destiny never brought up President Sunday or Beckett when we talked. Pixie's side did because President Sunday slandered her, and Beckett leaking her document with her intentions to sue before it was ready gave Destiny notice to delete evidence. This is all in her court papers. I knew about this beforehand because I reached out to Pixie and she told me. Crazy how that works.
Has Willie Mack ever received any funding or payment from Destiny, Dan Saltman, or anyone else associated with OmniLiberal Studios? That's Destiny's media company.
Not a single dollar. Again, why would he pay me to make him look bad? These people are so stupid.
4. Since Nicholas DiOrio has given Dan Saltman optical advice.
But I spoke to him and I'm like, listen, the problem with you and Erudite is you guys knew for months, so you've come to terms with this and you've engaged with it. That's not what the public wants to hear a day after they find out. When you start the initial statement being like, guys, rehabilitation is the answer before anybody gets their licks in, people are gonna fucking hate you.
And considering some of the other behind-the-scenes conversations that the commentary community has...
This is just so fucking retarded. This whole thing, this is what makes me so mad about this video, because I feel like this didn't actually get me any... This wasn't a fucking content. Willie, bro, here's the thing, buddy. I get that you're capitalizing off of the iDubbbz thing, but this wasn't a fucking hard-hitting, like, destroy of Destiny. This wasn't like an actual... This was all over the fucking place. Yes, we got a lot of information out of it, but this would have been much better if it was, like, titled Destiny Speaks or something, because I would have watched this in my free time. I probably would have watched it on stream and, like, gone out and, like, really fucking worked for it, because now we're just in, whine about these fucking retards that are getting mad at me. They're retards. We get it. They're all fucking retarded. This is the dumbest fucking clip I've ever seen in my life. It's full of a bunch of the typical talking bullshit from these communities. I mean, every time I make a video on Hasan, I have fucking shit about Ethan Klein's dick being in my mouth. How much did they pay you? It's the same shit every time. These guys are retarded. Don't let it fucking affect you. Why are we spending time doing this when, like, I feel like we let... Like, here's the thing. This part right here is making me look back at the video. And yes, it does make Destiny look bad. And you did prove how he fucking talks circles around himself. But it still feels like you now gave him too much area to breathe. And you're only feeding into these fucking idiots that are then going to utilize the amount of time in this video that you let Destiny just fucking self-flatulate or self-flatulate himself, bro. This is the problem with putting this shit in. This is, you got mad, somebody fucking critiqued you, so you put it in the video. If you could have just put the address part and not put this shit in, this is retarded.
Had with Dan Saltman regarding his lawfare against Twitch, among other details alluding to collusion. Can Willie Mack speak to the collusion between the commentary community, Ethan Klein, Destiny, Dan Saltman, and OmniLiberal Studios?
I'm guessing this guy also thinks a cabal of Jews secretly run the world, because that's the same logic. I've never even spoken to Ethan. I think Nick talked to Destiny once on a panel. Does this mean I can never go on someone else's podcast or show again because if the person ever gets in a scandal, that means I'm best friends with them? You're all way too parasocial.
5. How much is the commentary community, people like Nicholas DiOrio, talked about avoiding backlash from Destiny's community or being fearful of Destiny's community or something along...
I mean, why the fuck would he... What is Willie Mack supposed to have? Like a fucking endless amount of just like... What is Nicholas DiOrio saying today? Hey Nicholas, what have you been talking about on your show, buddy? Like, what the fuck is this? This is stupid. Obviously, a lot of these guys tiptoed around this controversy. They all knew about it. From what Nicholas said, with President Sunday's video also proved that they all kind of had like whispers and rumors. They didn't want to address it because they didn't have evidence. I do think it's kind of fucking funny how they all kind of like were afraid of Destiny's community and afraid to like speak out because they knew that his fans are fucking vitriolic scumbags. But at the end of the day, like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? This is just fucking Hasan talking points is what this is. This is fucking pathetic. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, oh, because they criticized your fucking daddy fucking douchebag Hasan, you're now conflating all this shit together? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? This is nonsensical. This would have been fine if Willie would have like made this video and then dropped this the next day as like retards get mad at me or some shit, but like putting it in here is just a waste of time.
Along those lines, can Willie elaborate on that hidden influence of fear within his community?
Look what happened with Chud Logic and Lauren Southern. He had Melina coming to him and telling him these things directly, and he was put in a position where he could either eat shit and be hated by that community and lose a huge percentage of his audience, to the point where I had to pick up the other half of the slack and like help him out, right, to keep him afloat, or he could just leak those messages and be justified immediately, and it would start like a huge conflict. And I guess he did the right thing by loyalty.
This guy is completely taking Nick out of context. Nick is giving the sound advice to not go forward with the story unless the victim is willing to go public as well. Is he really saying he disagrees with that? This YouTuber is bad faith or has an IQ in the single digits. This fan fiction is out of control. I've never had a conversation about being afraid of Destiny. Destiny doesn't even have 1 million subscribers. I talk about bigger, more combative people all the time. Realistically, what is there to be scared of? We make YouTube videos. It's not that serious.
It's time that we get an understanding of just how much.
I mean, all of this shit kind of worked against. I do have to say it all worked because here's the thing that was so annoying about this Destiny thing, and even this video. It doesn't have that same energy I feel like a lot of Willie Max videos have about Destiny, and it's because like this situation is really nuanced. I would say compared to like well, like, take it compared to, like, how he would do Hasan. He would show, like, Hasan saying his most unhinged shit all the time. And I feel like Destiny, it's always just about this one situation. Like, I could see that perspective where a lot of people are willing to overlook Destiny's shit because his friendship with the commentary community. And, like, to be honest, when it comes to, like, the takes I've seen from Destiny in the commentary space, he's pretty on point, and that's where I kind of saw Destiny first, was like commentary shit. But at the same time, to then be like, oh well, we're not gonna like call him out or use the same type of logic we'd use against Hasan, I could see that argument, right? But other than that, this is just unhinged fucking I suck Hasan and the ultra progressives toes and shit, and not actually any sort of logic, and it feels almost like dumb to put in a video that's supposed to be a content cop on Destiny.
Coordination, fear, and middle school shenanigans go into making it seem.
I mean, the fact that we don't have, like, if this was an actual content cop on Destiny, right? If we were gonna categorically, like, go after him, why don't you have all of the clips of him just being a scumbag? Every single one. And, like, also lay it in with his own, like his own action. I mean, he kind of did that. He does do that. But at the same time, I don't know. This part is honestly making the rest of the video just kind of feel, I don't know. This isn't one of Billy Mac's best.
Like someone like Willie Mac is a journalist, like Destiny is a real political pundit, like Diorio is a media expert. They're not.
Other people call me a journalist because I aim for the incredibly low bar of reaching out, which you don't even want me to do. Destiny is a political pundit. What do you think a political pundit is? All it means is someone who talks about politics with authority. And I've never heard anyone refer to.
Yeah, I will say, I will sit on the fucking thing and say that, like, Destiny is disingenuous and like a fucking like nut job. I've said that a million times throughout this video. I don't think he should ever be like, he's gotten to the point that he said so much unhinged shit that taking him as a serious voice in the political sphere, I think is just a misstep. But to say that he's not even a political pundit is just retarded. Again, why are we talking about some fucking retard that's not even close to relevant?
Nick is a media expert. I don't even know what a media expert means.
If Willie Mac doesn't answer these questions, and I'm betting he won't, then I would advise everyone to disregard his coverage of Destiny. He is too close to him to be reliable.
Well, there you go. I answered them, you absolute schizophrenic. This is all unhinged. It's like when J-Stock was asking me why I didn't cover Cherry in my video.
I don't think you worked very hard on this video. And, like, for example, you know, you didn't really include much of the Cherry stuff, which is required, which is what really shook this whole situation up.
When I point out that I did include the Cherry stuff, he says I missed important tweets, so I asked him to link me them.
She tells you explicitly, apparently, that
she didn't tell me explicitly anything.
What I've posted publicly is all I would have to contribute. So she's basically saying, go, like, if there's anything you want from me, I will post it publicly. And she had posted
I did look at her tweets. All right, link me her tweet right now. That's the big thing, with all the information.
I don't know if there's, like, an archival tweet for this, but there were tweets about it, right?
Wait, you can't look at more than one tweet?
Can you find it now? He couldn't link me a tweet because I didn't miss anything. He then says I should have reached out to him about Cherry.
There are a ton of people around Cherry who could have given you information. Me specifically, I was like,
I don't know who the fucking people are, bro.
Why would I go to a secondhand source about Cherry's allegations? That's literally how Sunday screwed up his video. But then I realized J-Stock only had this opinion because he didn't watch my video.
Like, I didn't, like, prepare that in any way. And like I said, I hadn't even watched the full video yet. I done my, like, click through, like, my little quick skimming.
Dude, why are these people all so fucking retarded, bro? Like, just watch the video, then make your opinion, then come in with an actual, like, actual information to, like, refute or, make your actual claims. It just is, this is just retards fucking fighting. This is like, you're so mean, my elongated nipples are longer than your elongated nipples, and I don't want to suck on yours anymore because you're a fucking dirty boy that, talked to somebody. What the fuck is this, bro? Like, Jesus.
Cherry then crashed out against J-Stalk after this with these insane tweets. I think J-Stalk, Destiny, and every other person in my life is trying to get me to kill myself. I think when J-Stalk told me I'm Wreckful and he's Dr. K and he promises to be my friend for 2 years no matter what, because he often blocks me if I disagree with him or don't do what he wants me to do. He means for me to depend on him, so I eventually kill myself like Wreckful did. Wow, J-Stalk, you seem like you're doing great work over there. The reality is, this isn't a career-ending drama, but it is defining. Every time his name comes up, people will bring up this situation, and they are correct in doing so. You can't demand accountability of people where week after week he demands it of all these Republicans.
Again, like, he's talking about accountability. I think he should have put in shit like the Trump thing again. I think he should have brought up a lot of these times where Destiny goes on unhinged tangents and then doesn't take accountability for it. I mean, this is why I always say that people call him like center left, and I think that it's such a misstep because of how unhinged he is all the time. Like a little baby. How unhinged he is all the time. And the biggest problem with all of that is this ends up making me think that, like, yes, we got a lot of information out of this, but there's a lot of shit in this that was just nonsensical, stupid shit that could get cut, and we could have had, like, better context. What do you think? Okay.
But then in your own personal life, you're just excusing your actions with implied consent, which is just an excuse to share nudes of other people. It's caused real harm to Pixie that he has in the past acknowledged. So I want to wrap up with, do I think Destiny has a pattern of abuse? Well, he sexually assaulted a woman on stream, apologized, then years later slandered Anna on stream while sexting her. She doesn't describe it as abuse, but I still think it's pretty bad. Dan, Destiny's co-host, advocated for his wife to leave him.
I'll say this also. I think Steven was a f***ing really shitty husband to Melina, okay? I'm coming out here saying it right now. I don't think Steve would deny it either, but it's not good the way that he was. Like, I talked with Melina a lot of times and she was crying and miserable and everything else. And Steve would say, what do you want me to say? I'm a selfish motherfucker. That's why I'm in the relationship that I'm in. He was like, you know, what should I do? Should I leave? And I'll tell you this, I never was like, I was never like, no, you should stay and make things out. I told her multiple times, like, listen, if you feel like this is an abusive relationship, get the f out of there.
So I don't think I'm sold on it being a pattern of abuse because they're different things and we really don't know the details with Melina. But if other people think this all proves a pattern, I'm not going to argue with them. The clear pattern to me is that Destiny is always sharing nudes. Whether it's blue tea or threatening Anna with hers or sharing Pixie's, Stacia's, Melina's, Cherry's. Anna claims that she received other girls' nudes that she didn't know. Was this also without consent? We'll probably never find out. He has to apologize at some point, hopefully when the trial is over. It's like Sneeko calling out people for being heartless while he says Hitler did nothing wrong. Or him calling OnlyFans girls hurrah but hanging out with them all the time. It may seem like an extreme example, but Destiny...
Again, dude, it's where he will go out of his way to take the Sneeko clips, take the Sneeko clips of him saying stupid shit, take the Hasan shit of him saying stupid shit, but then kind of like just focuses on the drama with this one, and I think that's what makes this, like, this is a good video, right? This is a good video in the terms of he broke down all of he took an interview with Destiny and broke down all the things by getting either corroborating sources or sources that completely refute him. He takes all the testimonials and I think he layers it in a really nice way, but in the fact that he fucking doesn't pull all of Destiny's like unhinged insane clips, which probably aren't that hard to find. Just go to one of the many places called on the internet where Destiny isn't liked, which is a lot. Find the shit that he says that's unhinged, find the actual context of it, see if it's actually unhinged or not, and you could have like demolished them like I've seen Willie Mac demolish people before. Like usually when I see a videos like an hour long from Willie Mac, I know that it's gonna like absolutely destroy somebody, but this one, it just seems to tiptoe around it. And then we spent 20 minutes talking about how somebody fucking critiqued you on the internet. This is my problem with this video. What I think we can pull from this is Destiny is incredibly or insanely disingenuous. On numerous occasions has been proven to be absolutely unhinged. He has he has this ability to where he will kind of bully whatever he wants out of his relationship, and that's been proved in almost every single one of these examples, even the ones that aren't even the ones that really he's not the 100% villain in them, like even the Denims thing, and I fucking hate Denims, but the fact that we don't have any proof on if he recorded that within the legal terms of recording it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the laws on that. It wasn't allowed to be released previously, but now it's allowed to be released in your video because of the fact that why? No reason. You didn't tell me the reason. So now she even looks like she could be pulled out of context and be put in bad faith. You know what I mean? So, God, this is just so all over the place. This is terrible to be called a nuke.
As victims and Sneeko doesn't. Contemplate that. As far as people just
I got distracted because I got on the Denims thing, but basically almost every situation Destiny is being fucking vicious and trying to always try to hold shit above everybody else. That is his policy, that is his thing, that's what he's done in the debate world. It's always about how fast he can talk and how much he can browbeat somebody into the fucking dirt, and that is his mentality when talking to people that he considers friends online, enemies online, and it doesn't surprise me that he does it behind the scenes with people that he's romantically involved in. He seems like an insufferable fucking vicious asshole toward people. Not all the time, but when he is, I could see it being a fucking toxic ass place to live, and I don't think it's a part of the realm to look at Destiny's actions throughout his time on the internet and make that jump.
Watching Destiny for his politics, I think that's fine. Turns out there's a lot of hypocrites in the political space. At the end of the day, I'm not here to be anyone's friend or enemy. I'm here to get a laugh, shed light on a story, and do a good job. So subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out Aura. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon: Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Mac Monkey, Drankobex.
I mean, but see, this isn't a good content. I'm gonna like, if I were to critique this on the fact that it's like, okay, if it's a content cop, it's not a good content. It's not a good content cop, and even the slightest. This was more Destiny Speaks. This is more Destiny Speaks. And I mean, I'm getting really caught in the weeds here. I'm getting really like lost in the sauce on the hang up of it being a content cop, but like it didn't really have the let's laugh at shit moments. It didn't really have, and I mean, I think he did a much better job with his interviews on here than he did with President Sunday and that other fucking douchebag, because you could tell that Willie Mack went in with an agenda and he got that agenda out with the President Sunday shit. But with this one, it just kind of seemed like he showed up, listened to what Destiny had to say, and then refuted what Destiny had to say with what somebody else said, which is the entire fucking video. And it doesn't feel like he's actually like tearing up Destiny throughout, like, because they're like, the dude is so unhinged all the time. I mean, even in this fucking video, he had so many times where he's just talking about how he hopes all his enemies fucking get murdered. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. And this isn't like me coming in wanting him to just like straight up hate Destiny. But if you're going to categorize this as a content cop, which is content cops are always ultimate takedowns of people, why are we sitting here like giving him wins here, giving him wins there, like taking him down here, taking him down there? It's almost like so wishy-washy in places, but also like critical. And I understand why it has to be that way. But then it's not a content cop. We're not actually going after this person. We're just presenting the facts, right? Which is a completely different thing, right? That it's just we look at this as like Destiny finally speaks, or like I get that it was it's a smart title because it gets you to click on the video. It's very impressive. I just wish that if he was gonna call it content cop, he would have put more effort into making it something that was funny, that was concise, that was like an actual takedown. But it seems like he got a little mad, or like he made the video, he had all this material to release another Destiny video, then had the shit where somebody like critiqued him, which he spent way too long on, which could have just been its own video. He could have released this and then said addressing this or whatever. I don't know. It's not a bad video. It is a good video. I don't know. This is where I get to be fucking nitpicky King Jiffy, where I have this problem where I just get all fucking nitpicky and stuff. But I think that it is, but it's not close enough. It's, Not even like kind of close. But this is definitely better than the iDubbbz bullshit. Like, this actually has context. This actually has evidence. This actually has interviews. This is actually a well done piece. I think this is a great highlight of this entire drama. All the, like, busting through the weeds. But it's not the takedown piece I thought it was going to be. When you put it as a contact cop, I think it's going to be a takedown piece. This is incredibly charitable at times, but also incredibly takedown at times. And it just feels like, it's like catching Destiny's in his own lies type shit, right? I don't know. I just feel like, that's a great comment. Why can't I fucking escape denims, bro? That bitch just be showing up everywhere. I don't know. It's a good video. I think it was well done. I don't really have much more to say on it. I still think, Destiny is a skeevy fucking, like, he's never taken accountability. He talks about taking accountability. He's a fucking hypocrite. He's always been a hypocrite. All these political guys are hypocrites. I mean, everybody's a hypocrite. Like, to be honest, everyone's a fucking hypocrite. Everybody's a bit of a cum goblin. So, what are you gonna do? I mean, other than put it out there and make the audience decide, and then go on with your day. But yeah, this did make Destiny look like an asshole in parts, which he is. So I don't think it's going to change anything. I think people who are Destiny fans are going to listen to everything Destiny said in this. And I think people that hate Destiny are going to they're not even going to watch this. Like, people who fucking, like, absolutely despise Destiny, they're going to watch this and they're only going to listen to the shit that absolutely tries to make him look like the Jeffrey Epstein of politics. So I don't think this is going to move or change opinions on anything. If anything, it just leaves so much nuance out there to where you can still look at Destiny as not the monster, or not as much of a monster as he's led up to being, but also still a fucking manipulative douchebag, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm getting any new takeaway from this, which kind of sucks because it's a fucking hour and 18 minutes and I don't have another takeaway, even though there is great information. I guess that's the biz sometimes. That's the fucking, them be the breaks, boys. But anyways, I'm done. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. I'm out of here. Deuces.